in a bodybuilding contest. Bank account look like Kangaskhan's war chest. All the gorgeous horns for the foreheads on my lap. We can work it out, you get more reps. It's a short bet, fast as a Corvette. Ask about the long term, hit him with a short text. K, up and away, what you want me to say? Fucking out, feet insane. Leave it to the people with the swag of a meter maid. When the man told you that I'm coming with the heat today. Ha, over the top, my crew get WC our own stock. Since inception, hoes wanna jock, but in the end, all of us are focused on the top. I've been through it, used to struggle, kept it moving, Cupid shuffle. I don't mean to brag about it, nothing that I do is subtle. Oops, you in trouble, let the booze reduce to rubble. Get up when I trip and stumble, quick reminder, bitch, be humble.
I've been through it, used to struggle, kept it moving, Cupid shuffle. I don't mean to brag about it, nothing that I do is subtle. Oops, you in trouble, let the booze reduce to rubble. Get up when I trip and stumble, quick reminder, bitch, be humble.
Game, run around town, I speak slang. Run around wild, I'm coming down, looking out, look at my fresh. You don't wanna bump my shit, no stress. I've been doping, I stay needed. 1, 2, 3, 4 phones stay beeping. You ain't gotta like me speaking, cause I know I'm such a heathen. I'm floating through the deep end. I stay up late and sleeping. I bake more cake and cut thick steak. I'm super great, I'm the man. He want to hate, but he can't. He see me skating.
Oh, hello. Hello, Bird.
Hello, Dice.
How are you doing this morning?
I've never been better. At 8:12 in the morning, after a night full of Taco Bell and Coors Lights, this right here is my best moment.
I feel lots of sorrow and pity for you then.
Are you telling me you're not a Taco Bell guy?
I'm not a Coors Light guy.
I know that much, but you're a Taco Bell guy. You like garbage.
Taco Bell's good. My dilemma is right across the street from the Taco Bell nearby is a Rosa's Cafe, which is more like closer to authentic Mexican food. So it's like, hey, I can get the good stuff, or I can be a dirtbag and go to Taco Bell.
That's fun being a dirtbag.
Sometimes it is, yeah.
Good morning, Gray Baby. The song is called Humble, out on Spotify. Me and Dice are both on it. And yeah, it's a great morning to be alive.
Yeah. You should be a real fan and play that song back to back continuously for 24 hours.
I mean, most people do. Once they hear it once, they're like, I got to hear this forever now.
It's an addiction.
That's right. That's what we made it for.
All right. It is it's April 6th. It's a Sunday morning. Doing something new, like we said last week. Trying out the free queue on Sundays. We did subscribers with Ray last Wednesday, and now we're here for the rest of you decent human beings to listen to your stuff. Also,
leftovers.
Yeah, the leftovers, the scraps. The to-go bag, as you would call it in the restaurant.
The all-white jacket, all-white pants, smoking cigarettes outside of a Denny's. Leftovers.
It's a little wild, but okay.
Deep cut.
it's a super deep cut. Also, just trying out this new tool for managing the queue, a little bit different from the Discord channels, seeing how we like it versus just dropping stuff in the channel. Maybe we'll keep using it. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Tried it out last show. It seemed to go okay. So trying out one more time. But if you want to add to the queue, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. You'll just have to enter your name, email address, what it is, the song title, and then a link or upload the file. I believe it says you can upload MP3, but you can upload waves as well. But basically it'll tell you, hey, where are you at in the queue? So we have 30 songs in the queue. If you decide that you want to skip, it's still $5 and it'll magically put you at the top. If you want to get played immediately, there's a super skip, which is $10, and it'll put you at the top of the top rather than just at the top and next to the top. Little riddle for you.
my poor Taco Bell brain is probably broken. So what's the difference between a $5 top and then like a top of the top? A
$5 top just means, hey, we're gonna play you next. A super skip top of the top means you get played next. So if there's 3 people who skip, it'll go 1, 2, 3. If you super skip, you'll be number 1 automatically.
Got it. Because there's usually a queue of people who have put a skip in, and so we're like 3 or 4. Got it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, we're trying it out. We're not committed to it. See how we like it. D-Bird will probably cuss me out after the show and saying I hate it. Go back to the
Dipping
channel.
toes in the water, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying
our options open, baby.
Yeah, we're just dating for a good time. We're not dating to marry.
That's right. Get a couple drinks, have a couple laughs, see if the vibe's there.
All right. G baby, are you gonna hang out for the whole show, or are you just here for a good time too? Are you committed to us?
Wild. As we're talking about non-commitment, you know, just first date stuff, he's like, you have to be here the whole time.
I'm just asking because usually she'll come in and she'll be like, oh my God, I didn't know you guys were doing a show. And then 10 minutes later, she's gone.
Like a ghost in the night.
All right. We got 30 songs in the queue so far. So I guess we're ready to get cracking. I don't have any.
Kraken.
Yeah. What is it? Oh, you in the Seattle Kraken? Last time you had a jersey, now you got the beat. You get the full gear, huh?
Gotta support, brother. I mean, the coolest thing about the Seattle Kraken, aside from being one other thing to do in Seattle, is that they have blue, like baby blue colors, and I have baby blue eyes, so it makes that shit pop.
I love that for you, D-Bird. Is it cold as shit up there, or is it just Texas?
Just Texas. It was fucking like 80 yesterday.
It was 80 a week ago. It is 50 degrees today. I woke up I wasn't waking up. Let me stop lying. I was going to bed in the middle of the night, and I'm like, why is my heater coming on automatically that I've programmed to only turn on when it's cold? And then I checked the temperature, and it's like 30 degrees. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Dude, my thermostat has some setting on it where it always defaults back to 62. So I'll just like wake up in the morning freezing, and my girl's like, you know, you could like beep boop some buttons and like make it not that. I was like, I don't know how. I'm just doing what they did. Whoever set this before me, whoever lived in this house, said it. Who am I to say what to do in my own house now? They already put the rules out.
At some point, you have to stop just ingesting Taco Bell and figure out how to live life, D-Bird.
I also have 2 washing machines downstairs because I can't figure out how to get them through the doorway. It's a whole... Being a homeowner sucks. Just keep renting forever, kids.
I don't think that's the goal. But if you want to have those debates, those are the kind of debates that we have in the lounge starting at 7 a.m. in the morning. So,
word. Yeah, I'm sure we got some music to do.
Shout out to everybody who is debating home ownership in the lounge as soon as I woke up, and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. But all right, let's get ready for the show. First up in the line is XM, not to be confused.
Before we get to that, chat wants to know, Dice, is your house a computer?
To me, no. But yes, to everybody else, it probably is a computer.
He lives in the computer. Confirmed.
My lights are automated. My air conditioners are automated. My blinds are automated. My fans are automated. My garage door can be automated. Yeah, my house is a computer. Even my air fryer can control that beep boop from my phone.
You ever fried air? You never fried air. You gotta try it.
You ain't fucking with fried air?
It's like an elephant ear at the carnival.
What is the elephant ear at the carnival?
Whoa, you don't know what an elephant ear is?
Please, I might know what it is. Yeah, maybe
Texas probably has some old timey racist term for it, like you know, like.
Tell me what it is, Bryce.
I'll leave it there. So, elephant ear is breaded, like fried dough with cinnamon and sugar on it.
Oh,
just that.
That's a churro.
I mean, okay. Different, but sort of on the path. Like it's more doughy than a crunchy churro.
I mean, you just undercook it a little bit. Same thing.
Yeah, it's flat.
I guess it's like a cake pop in stick form. Maybe.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know how to send an elephant ear to Texas, but we'll find a way.
Please don't. All right. No, it's flat. That's what she said. And she still had a good time. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Right. First up, XSXM. This is called Average. Oh my god.
His name is Dominic as well.
Huh? What? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a strange coincidence, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Got my link over here. Let's take a listen. Is it sound okay? Because last time we did this, SoundCloud was all crunchy and shit. So just let me know.
I mean,
aside from
yes,
okay.
Aside from his choices to make it crunchy.
I ain't no fiend, but I ain't average. Bitch, 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 I ain't average. Wait to dream me. Think I'm a star. I can't see her in my car. Bitch, I'm fat as fuck. You just a sitting dog. But you a starstruck. Time look in the sky. Bitch, you won't see me, I'm that guy. Bitch, look at me in the sky. I'm a star. I'm a star. I'm a star. I'm a star. You ain't close to me, I'm too high. You ain't close to me, bitch, go die. I don't get no bucks. I don't get no bucks. I don't give a fuck about you. 30 years, keep me contained. 13 years, won't let me get. I want the same. I want the same. I want the same. I want the same. Love, where's the proof? Make you a poop, but you a stupid as fuck. Watch me fuck her, you a cock. Just like these, I'm a big for you. Just like these, I'ma leave for you. Look at your titties, like I'm a deer. Buzz don't get that. I fear, guns don't get that. I fear, just don't get that. I fear, Clayton don't get that. I fear.
Look at your titties, suck my dick. Look at your titties, suck my dick.
That boy stinky as fuck. That boy jacket smell of mud. Layer in the bed of my truck, shit too much. You pour out too much on the floor, cry me a flood. You got too much on the floor, bitch, you a dud.
Right now.
Bitch, I ain't average.
Go down. It's like when you're you ever like ordered Postmates or DoorDash and you go to the door too early and you're like, oh shit, he's here. Like that's what that profile picture is.
Yeah, I think I've heard my fill of this. I need to check and see. Okay. I'm gonna feel like safely make some assumptions here that you're not really a serious artist. Beat choice being horrible aside, the song just feels like it doesn't take itself seriously, and neither do you take music seriously. So I feel like my review shouldn't be super serious. I give it a 1.
Yeah, I mean, kind of at the same place. It's you're basically just saying whatever comes to your mind over a beat that's too loud. You slap some auto tune on it. I mean, it's really not much to review here. I think you can do better. I'm not at a 1. I'm at a 2.
Okay. All right. Next up, Swag Lean.
Suck on my balls.
That's
I already know what it means.
So funny enough, this he played this for me and Ray on Wednesday, so a nice little treat for you, D Bird, to start out your moment from Swag Lean. And we also did the same kind of guessing game of what does this stand for. And I believe I don't even remember. But here's Swag Lean and Bigger Sean, who just joined the Discord last night with SOMB. Let's see what it stood for.
Alex, that's official. Thanks for the follow. I almost guarantee it's stuck in my balls.
You're pretty close. I remember that much. I don't remember exactly, but you're close.
Hey, shout out David.
Shout out my bitch. Shout out my bitch. Shout out my
Damn it.
Shout out my bitch. Shout out my bitch. Shout out my bitch. Shout out my bitch. Dicking down the hose, I fuck that bitch all night. Tripping off the shrooms, I'm higher than a kite. Fucking this bitch and go crazy. Fucking this bitch on the daily. This bitch home alone, she calling me over, saying you're a man in the Navy. Gotta switch it up, this hoe lick it up. Bitch, she rip it up, then I give it up. Telling this bitch to go pick it up. Ain't talking about this way I kick it up. Taking the perks, I ain't talking about drums. Keep talking shit, finna empty the drum. Chew on this bitch, I ain't talking about gum. But pick 'em up, like I pick up my guns. Hey, hey. What you know about lean? What you know about pulling up, turn that bitch to a crap scene? Fucking that bitch so hard she opened her mouth and screamed. She told me her favorite color orange, so I went out and made the whole cream. Shout out my bitch. 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 Shout out my bitch.
Hey, shout out my bitch. She a freak in the car, got 5% tint in the back of my whip. Can't send you bitches, you making me sick, like the water in Flint. I'm sick of these rappers, they acting like kids. They shout out my dick, they shout out my bitch, but I keep it side in the contacts. I don't slide, it's just a fallback. Old habits can be called lacking, man, I love shorty, but it's hardwired. Shots fired, speeding off with a pop tire. My life like a crime drama. I got a crush on my cousin. Back in the day we was fucking. Let's play some house.
What?
She was the wife of the husband. I'm 7. I'm
We had
sliding
the
her
same
out.
question.
I'm shooting blanks. I can't even come in her mouth. We were some youngins, home alone, fucking on top of the living room couch.
Shout out my bitch. Shout out my bitch.
So his bitch that he's shouting out is his cousin.
Shout out my
Cool.
bitch. Shout out my bitch.
So
Shout out my bitch. Shout out my bitch.
All right. That was Swag Lean and Bigger Sean. Shout out my bitch.
Bigger Sean, dope name, cool
bars.
voice. I think he has a really cool rap voice. And they started talking about how his first bitch was his cousin and he was banging her and he couldn't come in her mouth. I was like, oh, yeah, shouldn't do that.
Typical childhood stuff, right?
Wasn't my childhood. Just saying, wasn't mine. I don't know if that is the norm. From what I understand, it's not most people's norms. Look, man, disappointing lyrically. I will say it's kind of catchy. The shout out my bitch, I like the beat. I think this is another example of like we're not taking it seriously here. Okay, so what are we doing? Like you're just saying silly stuff over a beat that you heard in some other rap song, and you just repurposed it now, and then added some cousin fucking. So it's I'll give it a 2 for a catchy chorus.
Yeah, I think I can't remember exactly what I said on Wednesday, but I think the chorus was the most redeeming quality. I feel like these guys could do better if they took it more seriously, but I think they're just at that stage of I just want to make random BS songs and say things that I think are shocking to catch attention. But yeah, shout out to those two guys doing their thing. I think I gave it a 4, so I will give it another 4.
Huh.
If you want to call that an 8 out of 20, there you go.
I I was gonna say I don't really see much difference between this one and the one we just played before this. In
The
terms of
quality
like,
better.
is it? I don't know. I
The
mean,
beat, I
like
think the
beat
beats,
better.
yeah, the
beat's
beat,
better.
yeah, the beat's better. But
That's
yeah,
like-
I agree. Maybe
Yeah,
I'm giving like bonus points because I like the beat a little bit more.
fair.
All right, next up, Sleek Ivory. Note, nothing. Name, Sleek Ivory. All right, whatever. Play it. What up, Abdul? Got you in the queue too. Remember that name.
Interesting bars these days. Interesting, yeah. Is this the guy that uses instruments from around the world? Is that who this is?
No, this is the young kid who would sometimes use AI.
Yeah.
All right, that was Sleek Ivory. I like that. I think that was pretty cool. Nice little chill melody. I think the drums are decent. Everything sounds pretty cool on the mix. Probably the only thing that I would really nitpick about is just wanting like some sort of change up counter melody or difference in tone in the second half of it. But I think from like this is a construction in progress. I like it. I give it like 7.5.
Yeah. Kind of like Steely Dan vibes,
Yeah.
Yacht rock. I like it too. I think it had a fun little what do you call it? Glass guitar? Or I don't know. The guitar was fun on that. It does give a very like yacht rocky vibe to it. For me, I think the parts that I wanted to see changed a little bit were the drums. I think the percussion, the tick, 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 tick throughout could probably be changed down a little bit, like turn that down to blend in with the other sounds. So it's not so, I don't know, present. And then when the kicks come in eventually, I think that's another one where I just didn't like the way that it sat in the beat. So I think just some thoughts about changing up the percussion would be my suggestion. The tempo of it kind of felt a little fast for an artist. I think it's a cool piece in itself, but I'm imagining if he slowed it down a little bit and then made the production, like the percussion a little stronger, then it would be like a 10 out of 10 for me. Where it's at, I'd probably give it a 7 too.
Word. Shout out Sleek Ivory. What up, Scotty? Yep. See, you've added something to the queue. We do have a skip, it looks like, here from Shuka Trey.
Shuka Trey.
Well, let me
Fuck
know.
all y'all. We're going to Shuka Trey and suck it, Free Q.
Let us know if we're butchering the pronunciation of that. I'm assuming that's Shukra Trey. This is called IV. It's a demo.
If you're searching for a home, Realtor.
Yeah, I'm searching for a home.
And here's IV.
artwork.
We was always meant to be, baby. Yeah, I need you here with me. Where'd you go just to find me? Can you save me? I might need an IV lately. The way I've been grinding, chase me. Yeah, I've been in hiding. Where'd you go just to find me? Had to check the status. Plane takes off in Dallas. Breaking all these habits. Got a dream, go grab it. Not big into fashion, but when I step it matches. Finding me true balance was the biggest challenge. Pull myself up out the deep end. I'll be lit by the weekend. Swerving my tires screeching. They listen when I'm speaking. You can come take a peek and pocket steady increasing. Had to learn to play defense. Different vibe for this season. Lately I've been posted where the money be. You can sense the urgency. Not getting a word from me. You're hurting me. You can see the pain on my face. I'm exhausted. Pills got me nauseous. All these drugs I'm off. The way you walk, drive me crazy. Way you talk, drive me crazy. The way you walk, drive me crazy. The way you talk, drive me crazy. The way you walk, drive me crazy. The way you talk, drive me crazy. The way you walk, drive me crazy. The way you talk, I need my ride or die. Save my life, help me twice. I need you tonight. I need my ride or die. Save my life, help me twice. I need you tonight. Or a leaking, drama peaking, put me on defense. The reason, give me the reason. You broke me leaving. It's a sleeper, talking keeper. Raise the meter, I see her, then delete her. I don't believe her. Baby, I see. We was always meant to be, baby. Yeah, I need you here with me. Where'd you go just to find me? Can you save me? I might need an IV lately. The way I've been grinding, chase me. Yeah, I've been in hiding. Where'd you go just to find me? The way you walk, drive me crazy. Way you talk, drive me crazy. The way you walk, drive me crazy. The way you talk, drive me crazy. The way you walk, drive me crazy. The way you talk, drive me crazy. The way you walk, drive me crazy. The way you talk, drive me crazy.
Right, that was IV demo by Shuka Trey. What'd you think of that, Bird?
That's pretty good. I think it had a cool little vibe to it. I liked the ambient music. My one big thing here is there's just so much reverb throughout all the vocals. So like as far as the mix goes, I want to hear more present vocals of like it laying inside of the beat and kind of like being more clear, right? Rather than kind of the muddiness and the reverb on the vocals that I hear now. At the same time, like it's a fun song. I'd probably give this an 8 with just like a note on the mix for the vocals.
Word. Yeah, I mean, in some aspects, I think the reverb works, maybe just on the hook, but yeah, on the verses, it did feel kind of excessive. The other thing that I would say is like the layers either weren't as present or weren't there, and I think this could probably, in exchange for dialing back the reverb, you could probably just layer it a little bit more, or in specific areas to kind of still get that body and that presence in the track. That was one thing that I wanted to hear more of. But yeah, it's a cool song, nice vibe, nice melody, nice arrangement to it. I think I'm at a 7 for this one.
Artwork, 10 out of 10.
You like a nice chick getting 10 bags of IV after a night of binging?
I mean, it seems like she takes her health serious. The blue and the pinks, that's great. So yeah, I'm all for better health.
Yeah, nothing like a nice young lady who knows I'm dehydrated. Please soak me up.
Don't be gross.
All right, next up, Bobby, Bad Kind of Fit. Thanks for playing our latest release. We added a sax player to our band, so we got some horns in our newest recordings. Have a few shows this spring and summer. All right, around Minnesota. Hey, that's where Gons is.
Check out Danger Club Band around Minnesota.
Do you like dangerous clubs?
I am part of many.
I don't want to know what that means.
One of
All right.
them, white collar rhymes.
Boom, boom, roasted.
Ba, ba, ba.
All right, here's Bad Kind of Fit by Danger Club.
Yeah.
Hold up, wait for me. I don't know how to act. Everything on top of me, I can't know where we're at. Stuck down, not alone. I hate what I believe. I was too late, getting up to leave. If it's up to me, we gotta quit. Now I never wanted to be out of it. It's got to be a bad kind of fit. That's the reason why it feels like shit. I liked you better when I knew you before, but now you got it better. I liked you better
New
when
Jack
I
Swing
knew
vibes
you
was
before,
fat.
but now you
Bird
got
out,
it
bird
better, babe. New life for you now. You love to play pretend. Everything is perfect. All good things will never end. I don't care. Let it go. You tell me that you will. Your loving lies. I know that time will tell. If it's up to me, we gotta quit. No, I never wanted to be out of it. It's got to be a bad kind of fit. That's the reason why it feels like shit. I liked you better when I knew you before, but now you got it better without me. I liked you better when I knew you before, but now you got it better, babe. I liked you better, I liked you then, now you got it better without me. I liked you better when I knew you before, but now you got it better, babe.
Bass guitar going nuts.
If it's up to me, we gotta quit. No, I never wanted to be out of it. It's got to be a bad kind of fit now. That's the reason why it feels like shit. I liked you better when I knew you before, but now you got it better without me, baby. I liked you better when I knew you before, but now you got it better, babe. I liked you better, I liked you then, now you got it better without me. I liked you better when I knew you before, but now you got it better, babe.
All right, that was Danger Club with Bad Kind of Fit.
What'd you think, Dice?
I like that. I like the bop and the groove to it. Really catchy. The only thing that was really kind of lacking to me is just the vocals were super thin throughout, and like especially on that hook, like when you say like I know you before, like you really could have popped and made that shine with like some extra layers in there and like really brought out like the vocal shine in your voice. I think you hit all the notes the way that you needed to hit. It's just the mix was just like you're basically like fighting for your life against a very happening, very danceable beat. Not that you were fighting for your life because you did a bad job, because like it's like being on the stage with a full band and like you just got one mic, you don't have any backup singers. Like you needed some backup singers to really like make your voice like shine and rise above all the instrumentation. So I think that was the only thing that was really like missing for me, is like some more, you know, ear candy from the lead singer. He did a great job, just the absence of layers and, you know, different little melodic takes in the background, ad libs and stuff like that really just kind of like made it like fall a little bit short of where I felt like this could have gone. But that said, I mean, I still think it's a great track. I just think it could pop a little bit better with more layers. So, man, I like it though. I'll give it an 8.
Man, I was gonna say the exact same thing. It's like a great track, but like the vocals were just a little thin. Yeah. There was a time where you could hear in the background he did add a layer. I was like thinking like it needs layers, and then he added a layer of a low harmony, which was fine, but it wasn't the layer that I wanted. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I wanted more layers in the high register to kind of fill out that just vocal tone, right? And I'm not sure how this reminds Gray Baby of going and eating waffles at her grandma's house, but you know, that sounds like if your song can remind someone of grandma waffles, you know, you've got a hit on your hands. And I do think that this song is super fun, super dope. I just wanted a little bit more fleshed out high layers as well. So I'm gonna give this an 8.5. I liked it a lot. He kind of had like almost a Michael Jackson quality to his tone.
Yeah, I really loved like how he was hitting the notes. I wanted the vocals to really shine on them.
Yeah. Literally like let's call it 2 more layers in the high. You got a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, we would be, as we say in our Discord, glazing you all day, all night, just loving all over you, Bobby. Pause.
Yeah, loving all over you, Bobby.
What up, Ray Stans? What up, Birdcage? Welcome to the chat. Just hanging out here Sunday, going through the free queue. That was Bad Kind of Fit by Danger Club Band. Looks like another one from Sleek Ivory, so I'm gonna skip that one. Still Hustlin' by Jay Dizzle.
Yeah. Still, you're like 55 years old. You're still hustling. You should be retiring, son.
Hustlers never retire.
I actually don't know if he's 55. I don't know this man.
Do you remember on Rap Battles? Oh no, I'm thinking of S Dizzle. I'm like, Jay Dizzle sounds familiar. I'm thinking there was a guy who was a producer, S Dizzle. I don't know if you remember him. He was like this chubby white kid with glasses. He just made these cool beats.
I do remember S Dizzle. Yeah.
Whatever happened to that guy?
Whatever. It's the same thing that happened with all those rap battles, Fox. It's like, well, they got old, had families, kissed a girl for the first time, and they're like, oh, yeah, I want to do this instead of like sit in my room all day making music. Some people never grew out of that, and they're on our Discord. Shout out, crew. Some of us still like to just isolate and make music all day.
Yeah. Scotty, no, we have not played your song yet. There are 28 songs in the queue. We're going from top to bottom. So let me see. I think I saw your name here. So you're in there. If you do want to skip ahead, there is that option there. Otherwise, we're just going through one at a time, listening and giving our little feedbacks. So we'll get to it. Yeah, Ray, 28. We've already listened to what, 4?
Chipping away.
I might need to close the queue in like a few minutes. We'll give it a couple more songs. Next up, Jay Dizzle. This is Still Hustlin'.
Every day I'm dizzling.
Yeah, we're just trying out this queue. We're not committing to it. We're trying it out a couple shows, see how we like it.
Don't make us commit. I don't take kindly to your ultimatums.
What commitment? I'm leaving.
You either keep the app or you lose me. Bye.
Right, baby.
Yeah, you can't back out now, Gray Baby. You say it the whole time.
As soon as you leave, I'm talking shit. As soon as you're gone, I'm talking shit.
Cook it up.
Let's see if there's anything different.
I think I get it. Yeah.
It just kind of loops back. All right, that was Still Hustling by Jay Dizzle. What do you get, Bert? What did you get out of this?
I'm getting the flavors of hustle. Tastes like a hustle to me. I don't know what that was. This was cool. It did kind of feel like a trap banger in some aspects. I liked the drums. I liked the synth. The one part that just kind of, it just felt a little empty on the verses. It felt like, there was like a piano kind of buried in the background that like led the main melodies in the verse parts of it. And it felt like I just wanted something else. It just felt a little empty. But overall, like, I think this was, especially for the first song we've heard from this person, this was a solid entry. I'd give it an 8.
Yeah, I thought this was cool. Maybe the drums could be a little bit harder, but I think they were okay as far as the mix. The only thing that I was gonna kind of like dial in on was that main melody. The keys, it just felt flat. Like I would maybe like layered it with some horns or something with a little bit more ambiance to it, to kind of like
the ambiance,
some ambiance to like reverb it out and give it some more presence, because it just felt like it was just playing flat as the main melody. But other than that, like you said, I mean, for first beat that we've heard from this producer, I think it's a good entryway, a good segue to hearing many more great beats. So you guys check out producer Jay Dizzle.
Chad is saying we should do a voice swap. I don't know how I would imitate a Dice voice.
Yeah.
Like, it's just too smooth and I have too much gravel. It doesn't work.
I just don't have any Coors Light or Taco Bell to give my voice the flavor that D Birds has. Like, he has this very specific seasoning of Coors Light and beef enchiladas resonating from his vocals.
Beef enchiladas resonate. Nope, I can't do it. That doesn't sound like Dice at all.
I think I was at 7.5 on this.
All right.
All right.
Want to try. Damn it.
No,
it's so hard.
Don't encourage these people, Bird.
Nah, don't encourage it, D Bird.
We're in charge here. Shit. Come on.
I know. I'm just a sucker for a good voice swap.
Shout out Hershey Hirsch 420. Thank you for the follow. Next up, Mono. Never ending.
Mono.
Anybody in the chat ever had mono?
You ever kissed before? Let us know in the chat. You ever kissed somebody on the lips that wasn't your cousin? Let us know.
Shout out Bigger Sean.
To stop pretending, switching up just like Nutella. Life too clean, no need to rent. Ideally, it's never ending. Ideally, it's never ending. Way I've written out the story. Ideally, it's never ending. I'm moving in most you were renting. This no home turf. This about to become my new section. She's done with perfect indiscretion. She's done so much till we fencing fast up. I got held up in here like this for rental. See my ID, think I'm 19 with a white tee. Pour that high C, spilling dress on my white jeans. In the club where she licked it, thought that was ice cream. On the sports car, I pull up in the 90s. Eating tarp on the sheets when we doing night greet. And with us, do no meets, that's fucking unlikely, yeah.
Snippet.
Okay, I guess that's a snippet of the full song, Never Ending by Mono. Here are my thoughts. The mix leaves a lot to be desired here. I feel like the mix was underwhelming. It was hard to hear your vocals over the instrumentation. And then lyrically, it was just very bland and generic. It didn't do a lot to excite me. I feel like the performance could have been better, and the mix was just not done very well. So I give this a 4.
Yeah, I mean, that was going to be my comment as well. The mix was tough on the vocals, and the fact that your supporting layer, your ad libs were the same volume as the other shit, and kind of you talked over your main verse with your ad libs, bonkers, insane. So that's the first easiest change you can make, is just like don't have the ad libs talk over your main verse. But then on top of that, yeah, the beat just kind of didn't have a lot going on, and pretty generic lyrics. The 3.
Ray Stans wants to know if this turned us on. I mean, if I was sitting here erect, I would be flaccid now.
Well, there was something about like sheets, but again, couldn't hear the full, lyrics over the ad libs. It was like something sheets. I'm guessing splash, splash, get wet. Could have turned me from 6 to midnight, but then it was like, hey, oh, hey, just ad libs over it that ruined the boner.
The best word that you can rhyme with sheets is obviously skeet, right?
Duh. Yeah,
Duh.
That's rhyming dictionary 101.
Right.
If you had ChatGPT do a rhyme, that's the first 2 that they have in there.
If ChatGPT suggested somebody use skeet in a verse, society is cooked.
Oh man, if it's learning off of the Lil Jon and the East Side Boys model, oh, that would be fire.
I know that the society's headed in a bad direction if ChatGPT is like, yeah, skeet definitely fits in this verse. Use that one.
What number are you on in the queue? It looks like there's 26 songs in the queue left.
Yeah, we're working our way through. I think I'm going to play a couple of more. Once we get past P-Cash, I'm going to close down the queue because we have 26 and that number doesn't seem to be dropping. But we'll listen to all 26. So Scotty, yeah, we'll get to it. I mean, if you want to, hang out, chit chat with the community, you're more than welcome to. The video will be replayed on YouTube, and I need to keep remembering to publish it on Twitch. But if you, got things to do, you can always tip if you want to skip and get played right now. Otherwise, we'll get to it as we get through the rest of these. Do I get turned on by the song? No. Just flat, no.
Flat. When your cylindrical penis becomes flat, like it was squished from a piano dropped from the sky,
just collapses on itself. All the veins, like the blood, just immediately flat. All right, next up, Mad E. Didn't give us a track name, just says doesn't know if the mix is clean, but still just learning. All right.
Okay. Godzilla coming. What's up? Hide your wife, hide your kids. actually would sound pretty good on this beat.
No, it would no.
Bitch, I'm bricked up. Yeah, I hear it already. That's a smash hit. That's for the clubs, baby.
Stop this. It's too early.
Something sheet, something sweet. We'll get ChatGPT using our slang.
All right. That was Mad E with period. Please chat stop saying bricked up. Please. God damn it. Need to ban that term.
I'm bricked up.
I think the mix was pretty good. You know, the thing that I was kind of thinking about as I'm listening to the synthesizers that you use, they're not bad choices, but I feel like it makes the beat sound a little bit more dated than it is. Like it sounds like something from the early 2000s as opposed to something that was made in 2025. And, you know, maybe some different sound selection from there can elevate it and make it sound a little bit more modern. But I think your drum line was solid. I think the mix was fine. Maybe snare is a little bit loud, but, you know, not egregious. Yeah, I think the main thing that really kind of made me focus and dial in on was the synth choices. Just it made it feel a little bit more dated than it is to me. But otherwise, I think it's dope. I give it a 7.5.
So I'll just say that right off the bat, the intro leading into this was so good. It was like, oh shit. You know, Monster just emerged from the fucking fog. He's ready to smash the city into pieces. And then, like, I was like, I hope the rest of it matches. And it did. The 808s were banging. Super dope. The one part for me was similar to what Dice was saying. There was something about the main synth that I just wanted changed a little bit. And for me, my thought was, I could see if you changed the actual instrument being used, but for me, I wanted the delay and the attack to be different. So what I mean by that is I wanted the notes to hit harder and I wanted them to not last as long. And specifically in the parts like I'm not making any sense, am I? The main fucking three notes where he goes da da da. The second part kind of felt off a little bit. So that's the part that I was kind of like, I just want this one little change, and I think it would be a 10. The second note of the main three that you were using throughout it felt a little off, and I think you can fix that by just make it not last as long and make it hit on the attack a little harder. So I'd give it an 8. That was cool. I already found myself making a song in my head to it about getting bricked up. So shout out. 8.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Are you going to finish that bricked up song?
No, never. I don't finish songs. I just start them.
There you go. All right. Shout out Mad E though.
Or
all right. P Cash. Shout out P Cash. P Kizzy. Picasso.
Pablo Picasso.
Yeah. We've got some great names for our community.
That's gotta be a mixtape name for him.
Here's I Don't Understand by P Cash.
Pablo Picasso.
I've been on alone like I'm running right from my shadow. Fuck it if it's change, I need it like every dollar. Not even gon' talk it, a movie, you just gon' watch it. Really just improving, I'm working, I'm getting better. And I'm so really so I've been trying to chase it, but I gotta slow down. When I moved away, it made me a better man. Shutting down, I ain't picking up. Try to make it all, I need 1,000 ways. I've run 1,000 miles. Just know you gotta go through every problem, nigga, it's gonna be okay. You a shooting star when your pocket's really low. You don't know what to do. Stuck inside the mud. Oh, you ain't stuck, yeah, I'm making all the moves, huh? I can't nothing snooze, huh? If I fucking do it, they gon' put me on the news. In that spaceship, got my bro, he driving. Hopping that bitch, you know we sliding. On my mind, tryna count this bread. One day, he'll be okay. Oh, hell no, I can't be a fool. Being a G is overrated. Nigga, you gotta stay educated. Nowadays, they hate it innocence. Nobody safe, huh? Man, this world is so damn ruthless. Nobody safe, huh? Nobody safe. Cause when it's raining and it's pouring, you gon' step inside that field. You gon' step inside that field and put your shoes on, you gon' kill. You gon' step inside that field and put your shoes on, you gon' kill. You gon' step inside that field, you gon' lose your own person. I love it, had them sunshine. Baby, hot to city, I just wanna talk about. Baby, hot to city, baby, hot to city, I just wanna talk about. Baby, hot to city, I don't understand.
Y'all really don't understand, huh? We really about to take over this shit.
We taking over.
We taking over. It was an Akon line. That was P Cash. I don't understand. Bird, did you understand?
I understood quite clearly. And here's what I understood. Fire ass vocals, like literally just the musicality of the voice and the quality of the lyrics or the quality of the vocals. Fire. So good. The problem was the beat. The problem was you had random 808s just kind of happening softly in the background as your voice did all the work, which is fine, but also I was like, man, this will almost be better as an acapella. You know what I mean? Like this, the random 808 and like the percussion was so soft on this, like the drum was almost non-existent. I hated the beat so much, and I loved everything P Cash did, just hated the beat. So I guess for me, I'll give it a 7.5. To be fair, did a good job with, you know, rubbing two sticks together and calling it a fire.
Pause. Whatever that means, pause it. Yeah, I was at the same exact thought. You know, my conclusion was like, I like the song. The beat is okay, but I don't think the song goes with the beat. Like, and like at first my thought was like, man, I wish I could hear P Cash just rapping and then singing on his hooks. But then I was like, well, maybe I'm just kind of like forcing him to be a rapper and not, you know, that's not what his aim is as an artist. So then like, as I listen more, I'm just like, I just don't like the beat. I just don't think the song goes with the beat. I think he did a solid job as usual vocally. It's just, especially towards the end when he was kind of like, you know, we'll call it freestyling a little bit with the ad libs. I'm like, yeah, this really doesn't fit on top of this beat at all. And, you know, maybe he was just kind of like dialing it in at towards the end. But yeah, the beat could go and I could hear something else underneath these vocals and probably enjoy it a little bit more. You know, objectively, I can probably imagine people just liking it based purely on the vocal performance. So I'll give it a 7. But like, I think with a different beat, it certainly would resonate with me more.
Word. Thanks for the follow, Real Con Man. We got you in the queue. Got 26 songs in the queue. So if you would like to skip ahead, it is $5 tip or sub. And we'll just kind of keep on going down the list here.
Yeah, and with that said, as we play this this next track, I am going to close the queue for today. So last call for alcohol, as Bird would say, and then we'll just play the remaining.
I'm not a service industry worker. Fuck. I don't say shit about last call. I'm like, oh, please, can I have one more, please?
Bird's like, last call, there is no such thing in my house. Just 24-hour alcohol.
Fuck you say to me. The fuck you say to me.
But yeah, we'll get through these remaining 26 in the queue. So here is FTB Poach with So Fucked Up.
Fuck that bitch, Poach.
Who the fuck crazy Poach out in this bitch?
I've been living
in this world by myself. Bothered by nobody less they asking me for help. Bothered by myself, got this feeling stuck inside of me. I've been living in this world by myself. Bothered by nobody less they asking me for help. I feel so fucked up, got this feeling stuck inside of me. And they calling me the enemy. My twin ain't survived to breathe again. He was more than just my brother, he was more than just my friend. And my other homie Carter, he got locked up in a pen. Spent 10 bands on his lawyer, but his case he didn't win. Ain't really felt nothing, don't know where my emotions been. I turned to a life of sin, and I don't think I could rinse. I feel so fucked up, got this feeling stuck inside of me. I don't need nobody, I don't even need myself. Put my problems on the
I don't
shelf.
need myself.
No love, no help. See the
I don't need nobody, I don't need
I'm
myself.
remorseful, you can tell. Whisper something to myself and throw my nickel in the well. I've been living in this world by myself. Bothered by nobody less they asking me for help. And I don't really feel human, I feel like a husk or shell. And she asking me what's wrong, like this is problem show and tell. Well, I'm my twin, ain't survived to breathe again. He was more than just my brother, he was more than just my friend. And my other homie Carter, he got locked up in a pen. Spent 10 bands on his lawyer, but his case he didn't win. There's no road coming, and I know this is the end. It's too late to make amends. I can feel the doom and pen. I feel so fucked up, got this feeling stuck inside of me. And they calling me the enemy. And I know I never solve them, throw my problems in a bin. And I try so hard to swim, gotta handle it like men. I feel so fucked up, got this feeling stuck inside of me.
Okay, that was So Fucked Up by FTB Poach.
Dice?
So here's my thought on this. This felt like a song that was like, if you're out at a venue at night, you're bar hopping, and they have in the corner of the establishment a little stage set up with a sound system and a microphone. This played like somebody who just got up there and did like a karaoke of rendition of a song. Like there was, it just sounded like just one singular layer. I mean, obviously there's punch ins, but it's just like one singular layer. And, you know, at different points, the timing was off. Like there was just a lot lacking in the delivery and the presence that could probably make this feel a little bit better. But then just some of the wording and the way things were done, it just didn't hit with me. I mean, obviously it's a good topic. I just feel like the way that it was expressed didn't grasp me, and it came off a little bit more comical than it should have. Right? Like especially with the inside of me, like there's no layering and everything, and then like the so fucked up just comes in at random intervals. Like it just felt more comical than it should have been. And like I just think that the presence just was missing in it could be better. I'll give it a 4.
Shout out Conmon for the subscription, for the sub-a-wub. We will get you up next.
Yep.
As far as FTB Poach, yeah, man, this is so fucked up. For all the reasons Dice said, it did feel a little bit like I don't think the intention was to be a joke, but it just kind of felt like it. Reminded me of Eamon. You know, Eamon, where he's like talking about like the girl like kind of doo-wopping about this girl that left him. That's kind of what this felt like, of like, you know, let me do this over-exaggerated me fucked up, and like the I'm forgetting the words of it, but when like he was using all those B's. It was too loud in the mic, like the pops, right?
Yeah.
The mic was popping and the timing was off for some of the stuff. So I don't know. It just wasn't there. It wasn't as polished for me. And for that, I'll give it 4.
Okay. Thank you, G Baby, for checking in. Can't wait until you don't check in, and I will talk some trash about you. But first up, shout out to the real Con Mon for joining and subscribing.
He's up next.
All right, this is called "Can I Make You Trappy?"
Love that.
You want to be trappy?
I don't know. Until we hear this song, I can't tell if he's gonna make me trappy or not.
Let's find out together.
Let's find out.
Nobody likes me. Nobody likes me.
What's up with those vocals? Is that you?
Jesus Christ. All right, I've got a theory. Conmon, let me know if I've got it right. So I'm guessing you're a producer. I'm guessing you made this beat, and then you're in the studio, you're having fun. You go up to the mic for the first time and you're like, why don't I just say some stuff and just see how it sounds? And you say some things, just random whatevers, and then added as much reverb as you possibly could. Just had the vocals bouncing back. You're like, I like how this sounds. Yeah. That's kind of what it felt like, is like it's a beat with just kind of an afterthought of let's just say some stuff. Oh, and then you just start playing with the knobs inside of the studio and you're like, nailed it.
I love that.
I don't know. I liked the beat for what it was. I do think that it could use better percussion. Like I guess like I bet Adon would call this drumless, or Dog Tags would call this drumless, perhaps, because like a lot of it was just snare led. I think a more modern snare choice would sound a little bit better. And then like if you added like an actual kicks, I think putting some real drums to this could make it stronger. At the same time, I liked kind of the vibe that you had with this. Like in the chat, you already had somebody who's like, oh yeah, I can see this. So if you take the vocals, I'm not even mad at the vocals, what you did here, but it does sound like you're just fucking around with the voices pinging back and forth. If you hid those inside of the beat, if you mix that within the beat, turn them down a little bit, I think that it could be usable even with those vocals on it. I won't even say take them off. I'd say just mix them into the beat, so it's kind of another thing happening with the beat. So I'm not mad at it. I'll give it a 7.
I don't know. I felt a little bit different about the vocals. They were super muffled. So I would either make them a little bit more clear, so there's clarity into, what melodies or hums that you're doing with them, or I would take them out. Because at first I was like, man, I really want harder drums out of this. But after I kind of stopped paying attention to the vocals because I realized it was more so a beat. I was like, okay, the drums aren't bad here. It's just I'm super distracted because I'm thinking that I'm listening for a song, but it's really just some vocal jumping left to right that's kind of distracting me here. So I would say, like Bird said, either bury him a little bit more and make him clear, or, you know, make the percussion stand out a little bit more above them somehow. But I like the beat itself and I like the melody. I think it has a solid feel to it. It's just the presentation was throwing me off because at first I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for an artist to come in and start saying stuff, but it's really just you doing vocal effects over the top of the beat that you made. So I'll just rate the beat. I'll give the beat a 7. And I would say if you do something different with whatever you have vocally there, whether it be removing it or fine tuning it, I'd probably go up another half a point or a point on it, but I'm at a 7 for where it's at.
Well, it kind of reminds me of like pre-Nazi Kanye, you know what I mean? Like he uses a lot of voices as instruments, and I think you can do that here. Kind of doesn't matter what you're saying because you can't fucking make out what you're saying anyways. There's just too much effects. So if it is just extra sounds put on top of it, yeah, you got to mix that into the beat instead of like for us listening with no context being like, is he trying to have vocals on this? And the answer is no. It's just another musical instrument.
Yeah, because it was about halfway through before I was like, oh, okay, there's not going to be any vocals per se. I need to stop trying to pay attention to that as much. So
yeah,
presentation, like make sure we understand the context of what we're listening to. Even if like he said, like even if it can't be verbalized, if it just came on randomly, you know, as a listener, I would have been confused up until halfway through, and I'm like, oh, I guess there's not anybody who's gonna like start rapping or singing on this.
Shout out, Kanman.
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 Yummy, yummy, yum.
Yummy, yummy, yum.
Kanmano. Mano Econo.
Oh, links aren't available in the Twitch chat, but if you guys jump in the Discord and you can exchange information in the lounge, feel free to jump in our Discord and use that as a means of communication.
Yeah. Interrupt all that like investment in house talk. Boring. Let's talk about let's get some drama going, you know. Let's say fuck your mom to the first person that's you know, appearing there.
We already had cousin fucking in the second song of the night of the day. Why we're now elevating to mom fucking?
I mean, if you're fucking someone else's mom, that's different than fucking your own cousin. We can objectively say that.
I guess
there's a difference.
Slight nuances, I would say.
One is blood related, one's not. There's a big difference.
Slight nuance. All right. Next up, Solus 940. What you see?
Yeah, pour that purse twice, baby, what you send me? This bitch think she famous cause she got on TMZ. They say fuck this bitch but she got too many STDs. I might cuff this bitch because she rich and use no teeth. I don't know what you see, baby, seeing me. 5-star shit, baby, this is CMB. I don't know, tell the God, but he sees it, man. Yeah, my bitch so bad, I fucked her while undressing. I couldn't wait, no. This fat bitch over there, cut the weight off. Yeah, this bitch got no booty, I couldn't get off. Wait, do you know if that girl is really with you? She said she in love with me, but I don't know about you. For so many hoes, we connected like we Bluetooth. I ain't talking Diddy, are we going to the bedroom? Yeah, every day I'm stuck inside of this mode. Every day I wanna fuck a new hoe. This bitch wear all black, I think she emo. She got dark thoughts, I don't think I'm covering that hoe. I think I should go back to my old flow. Yeah, pour that purse twice, baby, what you seeing, man? This bitch think she famous cause she got on TMZ. They say fuck this bitch but she got too many STDs. I might cuff this bitch because she rich and use no teeth. I don't know what you see, baby, seeing me. 5-star shit, baby, this is seeing me. I don't know to the God, but he sees it, man. Yeah, my bitch so bad, I fucked her while undressing. Couldn't wait, no.
Hey, fuck her while undressing or while he's dressing? Inquiring minds must know. Were you dressing and you pause? You're like, I'm gonna go fuck this bitch because she's hot, or were you saying that you're fucking her while she's undressing? It's like, oh, she's halfway through. You're like kicking the door. You're like, come here. Which one is it?
Yelling the Scorpion saying while kicking in insane. Come here. Get over here.
I gotta point out 20 STDs is a lot of STDs. Like, can you even name 20? I didn't even know there was 20. That's a lot of STDs for one person.
I mean, it's got to be some sort of a record, right?
The most diseased pussy of all pussies.
If that's what you're into, man.
Yeah. How wild is it that, it's both a song where it's like, I'm gonna fuck this bitch, I'm gonna fuck that bitch, I'm gonna fuck every bitch in the world, but she has 20 STDs. Bug chasers, they call them.
Like I said, if that's what you're into, shout out to you. I'm sure that the market for diseased coochie is all yours. Have at it.
All right. Jokes aside, let's get into it. So, beat, it was cool for this style. I think that the drums were strong, and even though I fucking don't get the appeal of just loud things happening the whole time, it's a genre. I think for types that we've heard in this beat was good. I also think that the vocals were well produced. I think this was, it sounded clean to me. The mix sounded really good. The problem I had was just the dumbest things in the world were the words with which were in my ears. Like the 20 STDs, man. Come on. Just silly. I don't think you put any thought to what you were saying or how it would be relatable to an audience. So maybe just, you've got the talent here. I would just say put some thought into, when you talk about fucking bitches, do you want the most diseased pussy of all pussies, or do you want, something else? And also, I don't think you're fucking anyone on TMZ. That's just, it's not. So I'll give it a solid 6 for production, and everything else brought it down.
What up, P Cash? What an interesting moment to join the show on. Yeah, this is definitely one of those things where we often say if you turn your brain off and it's just playing, then it probably sounds good. I was trying to do some administrative things and I turned my brain off for a minute, and I could definitely see it. Like, okay, if this is just playing, it sounds cool in the background if I'm not paying attention to it. But the moment that I started paying attention to what was happening, I wasn't as big a fan anymore. Like, the beat sounds cool. You're obviously like on key and on beat, but like lyrically it leaves a lot to be desired unless you just like mindless music and you have no drive to want, sensibility out of what is being said to you. And I think we struggle with that a lot with some of the music that we listen to. Is like, some people are like, I just want to have fun, or I just want to listen to fun music. You guys don't have fun. And it's not that. We like fun tracks, but there's a difference between being fun and just saying like whatever and calling it a day. And I feel like this is one of those things where you just kind of say whatever. And like Bird said, there's not a lot of thought put into this lyrically. So like in what world is having 20 STDs appealing if it's not said in a humorous manner? And if this was more of a humorous track, then, I would expect to be laughing a lot more. So that's kind of my struggle, is like, there's a fine line between like being haha funny and like, just saying whatever bullshit to make a song sound cool. I give this give it a 5. Like, I don't truly hate it, but I don't love it. It just sounds okay.
That's a fire line in the chat. Birdcage, yabba dabba doofa, yo bitch look like a loofah. fire. Put a rage beat behind it. You gotta hit.
What are we doing here?
We are catering to our audience. You know, this is the music we get. So this is the music that maybe we should start doing.
I'll retire. All right. Next up, Tagami. This is called Glocks, Baby Walk Down Mac Critter type beat. I really got to start figuring out who these people are that he's making these type beats for, because I still okay. All right, here we go. Here's Tagami. No, you don't. Okay, thank you.
Check it out.
Tagami.
Yeah. Fuck up my bitch. Fuck up my dick. 20 STDs. You think about this. Bitch. Leave that tag in there. That's
This tag.
Bitch. Put your Glock out. Put your Glock out.
Yeah, boy, we got to change up there.
Slamming on that pad.
He baby likes
it.
All right, that was Tagami. Abdul the artist, what did you think? Was it hard enough for you? It said hard in the title and you said it better be hard. Was it hard? I think this was okay. The little interlude section where like the drums dropped out and it was just the synths playing, I don't know that necessarily, it wasn't bad, it just didn't really add value to me. It like, I'm a fan of change ups, I'm a fan of transitions, I'm a fan of having like different arrangements and sections, but that one just seemed kind of underwhelming in comparison to everything else that you had. I like the beat. Maybe the low end melody, a little monotonous. I don't know. It's a beat. I think we kind of dial back to that sometimes when we're not sure, but we know that what we've listened to is not bad. I think it's a beat at the end of the day for whatever target audience. I'll give it a 6.
Yeah, you are right. I take it back. You needed to do a full discography check of Baby Walk Down and Mac Critter to get it, you old fuck. If you knew who they were, then you'd get this beat. So that's on you. Meanwhile, this beat for me, as somebody who has heard every Baby Walk Down and Mac Critter song, I thought it was hard. I thought it was pretty hard. Yeah, the big part for me, I think the trap drums worked. I think the synths worked, but I also think that, like, you know, it got to feel like a lot when it was just slamming on that pad the whole time, like, wah, you know, it provided a cool atmosphere. And what did I want to see improved? I'd say the piano. The piano part was cool. I think it can be raised a little bit in the mix. And I think the pattern itself didn't need to be so complex for this type of beat, if that makes sense. I think, you know, you were doing a lot on the piano, and I think like maybe 4 or 5 notes would have sufficed for this beat. Not bad. I'd give it a 6.5.
Fucking Mac Critter here. Critter
Yeah.
expert.
Critter.
All right. Next up, Will the Cook, DNA. Made this in 10 minutes. Let me know.
I'll let you know that if I do like it, I'm gonna be real mad because anything made in 10 minutes and it's good, I'll be like, fuck, I could do that 10 minutes.
Is that still a flex? Like the question for the chat, like, is the duration that somebody spent creating the art add to the aura of the art itself, or is that just like a whatever attribute? Like if I say it took me 2 years to make this, does that make it any greater or less than if I tell you I did this in 30 minutes?
I kind of feel the opposite. I feel like it makes me not value it as much. It's like, oh, you did this in like no time at all. That to me tells me you didn't put much effort into it. And no matter how good it is, now I have 10 minutes in the back of my brain where I'm like, well, what would it sound like if you spent 20 minutes or 30 minutes? If an hour went by and you just focused on this beat, what else could you do to it? I'm always going to be thinking like that as I hear it, no matter how good it is.
I feel like the only time that like when you say like a short span of time adds value to it is if there's like you're watching it as it's created, or there's like video evidence. Like if he said, okay, I made this in 10 minutes and there's a video like sped up as it's playing in the background of him making it, I'm like, oh shit, he really, like, he's so good at his craft that he can put this beat together and I love it. And he only did that in 10 minutes versus you just saying, oh, I made this in 10 minutes. Like you said, now become more, there's more scrutiny put to it. Like, okay, well, you could have spent 20 minutes and made it better. You could have spent 30 minutes and did this and that. Like, I feel like for an artist, if people can't visually see it, announcing it doesn't really do the things that you want it to do. But if you could like watch somebody who's a master at their craft, like if somebody was painting a mural on a wall with, you know, spray paint cans and you watched him do it in like 30 minutes, you're like, oh shit, that came out dope. And he only did it in 10 minutes. Dope. But if I just walk by and I see a mural, I don't care if they spent 2 years on it. If it's dope, it's dope. But if you start telling me, oh, well, you know, he spent 10 minutes on it, I'm like, okay, well, he could have did this here and could have did that there. I don't know.
Yeah. It does make you start to like accidentally, subconsciously pick it apart of like, well, if you spent a little more time, what could you have done?
Yeah. So let's pick this one apart subconsciously. Here's Will the Cook, DNA. All right, that was DNA by Will the Cook. Everybody drop your scrutiny in the chat.
Like, I mean, yeah, this is a clear example of like, okay, yeah, good for 10 minutes, but clearly something's missing, and here's what's missing. Love the drums. The drums are great. Love the main melody of it. But the issue is it's the same main melody the entire time. And when you put the high pass filter on the mains, that was a good switch up. It came a little late for me. And I think you need one more counter melody to it. You need one more melody to just kind of switch things up and make it feel more fresh, because it is the same loop over and over and over again, and that's what happens in 10 minutes. I think it's a good song for 10 minutes, good beat. People in the chat like it as well. I think it's a solid, well-produced beat. It just needs more time spent on it to create, okay, what else, right? There is no chorus section. There is no switch up. It's literally just the same, and then that goes on for 8 bars, and then you put a high pass filter, another 8 bars, take off the high pass filter, it's the same. It just, think about what else you can do there and have some sort of switch up that isn't just slapping a high pass filter and saying, job done. Where it's at, I think it's good for 10 minutes, 7.5 solid, but needs more to it song structure wise.
That's how I am with the ladies.
7.5?
No, good for 10 minutes.
Got it.
7.5 solid. Nah, I mean, pretty much on the money. Like, it's a good beat for having, like, if you say you put this together in 10 minutes, good job, because there's some people who they would struggle to get to this point. That said, like, knowing some of your other productions that you've done, you certainly could have spent more time, had more variation, and, you know, elevated this a little bit further than where it is, like with just different things that I know that you've done that I've heard you do. So that's why we kind of like, I had that thought before even listening when you say I made this in 10 minutes, like, okay, well, now I'm going to nitpick on what you could have done that you didn't do. But maybe this is just a work in progress, and, you know, you're just kind of looking to see what direction you should take it in. So not knocking that, you know, you came away with something that is feasible from a concept to build upon. But yeah, it just needs more variety other than being a straight loop. However, I will be fair and say that, like, you know, in today's market of like people just buying leases and, you know, constantly looking for the next beat, if you're able to pump out content of this quality in 10 minutes consistently, then, you know, it does put you at an advantage, like when you're competing with, you know, thousands of other producers who are probably doing similar or the same, or who can't even keep up with that. So if you can make a bunch of these in 10 minutes, then, you know, shout out to you, but hopefully you do spend a little bit more time and like make it a little bit more colorful than what it is. I'll be fair for where it's at. I'll give it a 7, but it certainly could be like an 8.5 or 9 with, you know, the right fine tuning and touches on it.
Just touch it real good.
Yeah.
Tender caresses, you know?
Touch it, get that 10 minutes out of it.
Yeah, but make sure it doesn't have 20 STDs.
Or maybe you like that.
Or go chase after it. Gotta catch them all.
Go for it, buddy. It's all yours. Sure, there's maybe like 1 or 2 other people in the world after that. All right, next up.
That's so many. I'm gonna look it up. I don't think there's 20 out there. While you play the next one.
As a doctor, if somebody comes in and they get tested and you're like looking at the report, the readout, and you're like, you're counting them up, right? At what point are you alarmed at this person's well-being? Like, what number of STD do you get to and you're like, okay, I need to have a serious conversation with this person? Is it +5, +10? Like, where are you drawing the line of moral concern?
Okay, so according to Google, the first thing that came up, there are 25 types of STDs. So she's 5 off from having them all. The more you know.
Yeah, as a doctor, I'm definitely, if I'm +5 on this readout of this patient's, you know, STD test, I'm like, okay, let me read the rest of these while I'm looking at this person in the eyes to see, does this make sense with what you're doing, or are you shocked as I am?
Ma'am, you need to stop having sex. Clearly, you're not good at it. You're
whatever you're doing is not correct. Please try a different method.
Yeah. Did you just fuck a bottle in the back of an alleyway? Like, what the fuck?
You're patient zero for some new outbreak that's about to globally happen. And
Stop fucking the test tubes in the STD testing clinic.
ma'am, you have so many STDs. I tested myself after reading your readout. All right. What a warm up for Rye Dollar. If you have 20 plus STDs, you gotta love somebody unconditionally. So let's 23 seconds. That can't be right.
Unconditional.
Okay, let's check it out.
You know what sucks? That sounded awesome, except for the reverb. But like, what a great start! And it sounded like it was just about to get into that doo-wop song. Solid drums, cool glass guitar. I actually really, really like this, and I'm curious what happened to the rest of the song. But man, what a good start! Minus too much reverb in the chorus. For 23 seconds, I'll give it a 7. Good start.
Yeah, what a great start without a finish. I would even just kind of wager that maybe the reverb would make sense if we heard another 20 seconds, but I don't know. We'll never know unless Rye Dollar comes back and gives us the rest of Unconditionally. Yeah, I'm saying for 23 seconds of what I heard, streamline it 7. Good to go. We love it here. XXM. We started the show with that. We got 20 songs in the queue, so trying to make sure we get to everybody. Side Hood. Funny
son.
With no dick joke.
Hell yeah.
Great Baby, how do you feel about this song title? Funny with no dick joke. If you had to rate a guy's Tinder profile and that was their bio, funny with no dick joke, what would you give this person?
To me, that reads as like a girlfriend is like talking about a lover with one of her best girlfriends, where she's like, well, he's pretty funny, no dick. Kind of a joke. It's kind of a fucking joke. A dickless joke. But it's funny.
Fellas, if you have or anybody, if you have a significant other in your life, I want you to ask them if you can hold their phone real quick and verify that you're not saved as a contact with the name Funny with no dick joke. Here's Side Hood. All right, that was Side Hud with Funny with No Dick Joke. That was cool. I'll say this, it played well. I mean, the main sound that you had was super sharp in the ears, especially to kick it off. I don't think it was bad. Maybe if there's a way to kind of like tone it down a little bit, because without vocals, I could see it just being kind of causing ear fatigue. But at the same time, I think it kind of worked with the overall style of what you had here. I think it was consistent, you know, a good listen. I'll give it 7.5.
Yeah, I struggle to figure out what to do with this, right? Like, I can't imagine a rapper on it. I can't imagine a singer on it. It's just kind of a piece all on its own. And as a piece all on its own, if that's the way we're thinking about it, it felt like some of the synths were off. Like, it overall was interesting. Like I think the run was a lot, but if we're again just thinking of it as a self-sustaining piece, yeah, it's interesting and it works. It does give video gamey vibes, but the second those synths happen, like at the end part where kind of that run up and down goes away and it's just the synths, that part just felt a little off to me. Interesting, weird, dickless beat. 6.
Rob the Deity, soon.
So Fago would snap on this beat. Maybe
Hell yeah.
You are in the trunk, believe you're destined for greatness. Many things that we survived through the war, think we'll surely make it. Thought of love been lost on me, but I enjoy your company. All my actions surely hurt you, that built up this trust in me. Soon we'll be together. Soon we will have each other. Soon we won't have to suffer. My one and only lover. Sweet to my heart away, damn, now I can't seem to find it. Drowning all in my pain, I can't seem to work around it. I don't really need you, but to live alone is so depressing. I got hella issues that subside when I'm around your presence. Soon we will be together. Soon we will have each other. Soon we won't have to suffer. My one and only lover.
Right, that was Rob the Deity with Soon. Go ahead and pause that because that's just beat. I'll say this. I feel like Rob the Deity is kind of like a guilty pleasure of mine whenever we listen to his music. Like,
guilty pleasure.
He has some great melodies and like approaches to tracks. I just feel like it's always like underwhelming in the mix. And it's something about, I think he's mixing his own stuff. It's something about the mix that always like, I wish this was better. But I like how he approaches different things. It's just, I wish it sounded better. But he's super unique, super clever. Just the mix is what's hanging me up here. I'll give it a 7.
Yeah. Look, guilty pleasure. I feel like for me, what I attributed it to, it's definitely the mix, but it's also kind of the choices of he had 2 layers going on at the same time that were the same. It sounded like he copied and pasted his vocal mains and just had them both playing at the same time. And he had a third layer on that. It's like when we're talking about, oh, you need layers to, artists that submit these songs, it's not let's stack, 3 of the same lines on each other. What I mean by layers is like you should have one main line traditionally, and then like a second recording underneath that where you're highlighting different words, you're like, recording again a different take. And it felt like this one was not that. It was just a bunch happening all at the same time and all at the same volume. So that's where the mix is like, what the fuck was that? You know what I mean? Like all of them are happening at the same time in volume, and you're like, cringe. So yeah, it just didn't sound good, but I see what you like about it in terms of like, there's something there with the melodies and kind of where he was going. The execution was just off. So for me, this is a 5.
Yeah. I respect it. I just think he's unique, and I feel like his mixing, and kind of like what you're saying, some of the choices also hold him back as well.
Yeah. I think he's unique too. I mean, nothing against the guy. It's just
sounded like a personal attack to me.
No, if it was a personal attack, it'd be like you have 25 STDs. You have every single STD under the sun. Boom, roasted.
That's got to be like the most egregious diss that you can give to somebody when you're breaking up. Oh, you've got 25 STDs. I'm putting it on Facebook right now.
Yeah, that's more of a disclaimer. Like, we slept together now. I have to mandatory confess to you. You have 25 STDs now.
All right. MVR GLQ. Yeah, the queue for today is closed. Unless you wanted to tip or gift a sub, we'll still allow that, but you can join the Discord and get in line early for next week's show. Or if you subscribe either on Twitch or on our Discord, you'll have access to our paid queue, and we'll do that show on Wednesday. Next up, Damiano48, Guitarnos.
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 Guitarno. Oh, it's a pizza, mama.
I think we got it. The Guitarnos is mad annoying. It's just super sharp in my ears, and it's ever present, and there's no change up to it. And I found myself, the longer it went on, the more I hated it. And just the drums and everything else about the beat are a bit underwhelming. So I've got this super loud, super repetitious guitar and nothing really else to distract me from it. And it just left me in a bad mental state. It just caused a lot of fatigue on me, and it was wearing me down. I wanted more to excite my brain, and that's why it just kind of left me at that result. So I'd give this a 4.
Good morning, Mr. Ick. Welcome to the show. Good morning. Yeah, man. I kind of felt the same way about the guitar. Maybe it would have been better if it was like turned down a little bit and mixed more into the beat. I also heard that there was like some sort of piano thing that was kind of buried deep back down there could have been raised a little bit just to add a little bit more flavor. But it did kind of feel a little raw, a little like the choices were not as polished, right? Both in the instrumentation of the drums as well as the kind of da 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 da, like the plodding one at a time guitar. I'd say I'd give it a 4 as well, with a almost.
Almost. All right. Resurrect, Never Ending snippet.
Resurrect. Yo, FJ89. Remember FJ89 Paradise?
Maybe.
Researched you as to stop pretending. Switching up just like Nintendo. That's too clean, no need to rent. Ideally, it's never rented. Ideally, it's never rented. Way are written out of sight. Ideally, it's
Era
never rented.
poetry.
Moving in most you were rented.
I remember.
I don't. Was I there? Or was it just you? I don't know.
See my ID, think I'm 19 with a white tee. Pour that Hennessy, spilling dress on my white jeans. In the club where she licked it, thought that was ice cream. Like a sports car, I pull up in the 90s. Eating tart on the sheets when we doing night greet. And with us, do no means, that's fucking unlikely, yeah.
Night Creeps?
I'm struggling with this because it sounds like almost exactly like another snippet that we heard earlier in the night. And
I think it's by the same guy, Mono. That was
I mean, it is. Yeah.
So we played 2 of them, but it's like a minute at it.
Yeah, but it just feels exactly the same. And I can't differentiate between the earlier track that we heard and this one. So for that reason, I'm at a 4. Because at least when this one, I can hear the vocals better. But the fact that you have 2 songs and they sound eerily almost identical with no way for me to tell them apart means I think you need more variety. So 4.
FJ, the queue is closed for today. If you'd like to submit for next week, we have the queue opened. Or if you'd like to tip $5 or sub, we can get to it immediately. And you know, queue's always open for tips and subs, but it is closed for today for just the going down the line. This song, yeah, it did sound exactly the same. It again just kind of sounded like over processed vocals over things happening in a beat, and lyrically left a lot to be desired. I don't want to spend too much time on it because it feels like you didn't yourself. So I think it's fair to just say 5. Let's move on.
All right, next up, Sanveet with Raw Shit says, am the biggest rapper of all the time. My name is Sanveet.
Sanveet, number 1.
Okay.
Subscribe.
ਪਿੱਠ ਤੇ ਘਟਾਣੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਘਰਾਣੇ ਪੈਰਾਂ ਹੇਠਾਂ ਜੱਗ ਸਿਰ ਹੇਠਾਂ ਸਰਾਣੇ ਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਜਾਣੇ ਰੱਬ ਜਾਣਦਾ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਭਾਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਫੁੱਕੇ ਬਣੇ ਯਾਰ ਉਹ ਜੱਸਾ ਮੂੰਹ ਤੇ ਬੰਦਾਣੇ ਪਿੱਠ ਤੇ ਘਟਾਣੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਘਰਾਣੇ ਪੈਰਾਂ ਹੇਠਾਂ ਜੱਗ ਸਿਰ ਹੇਠਾਂ ਸਰਾਣੇ ਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਜਾਣੇ ਰੱਬ ਜਾਣਦਾ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਭਾਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਫੁੱਕੇ ਬਣੇ ਯਾਰ ਉਹ ਜੱਸਾ ਮੂੰਹ ਤੇ
Okay, I've heard it twice. Obviously in a dialect that I don't understand. I would disagree with the number 1 rating that you give yourself. I don't know where to go with this. 3.
Fuck that. No, like we have no. This isn't a sliding scale because the guy has confidence and is sarcastically saying this is the number 1. No, I'll give his confidence a 10. I'll give the actual thing that he submitted a 1 because look, And it's not that I can't understand. That's fine. But like there's no beat to it. He's not rapping over a beat. It's what 15, 12, 10 seconds of a TikTok video. Like if we're gonna have full fucking songs and beats that people spent 10 minutes even on, then that gets a couple points just automatically. There's fucking what? No, one.
He's the greatest.
Get the fuck out of here. One. I get it. It's like, oh, it's a joke. Haha. One. I don't give a shit. It's a 10-second TikTok. Get the fuck out of here. One.
Sanveet, bro. Number one. Okay.
Yeah, he is the number one out of 10.
Shout out Sanveet, wherever you are.
I'm not trying to be a hater here. What I'm saying is he doesn't even have a beat to rhyme over. Like, even if it's in a different dialect, we've given 10s for like shit that we didn't understand that wasn't in our language. That's fine. But like, you didn't put any effort towards this. And clearly this is a joke to you of like, I'm the best rapper in the world. Let's do a 10-second TikTok of a freestyle with no beat in a different language. Get the fuck out of here. One.
He believes in himself, bro. Confidence.
Keep pushing. I believe that you believe in yourself. One.
You're a hater. All right, next up.
I'm just old. I don't understand the music. That's right. It's like, all the rage in Karaki. But
next up, the return of the infamous Devi. We can all thank Ray Stans for this, who repeatedly tagged Devi asking what's going on, yada, yada, yada. So Devi is back.
Thanks for the sub, FJ.
Oh, wait.
Actually, fuck Devi. We got a subscriber. Shout out FJ89. Therapoetry. I want to know what the fuck Therapoetry is.
You want to know what Therapoetry is? I'll show you what Therapoetry is. Therapoetry.
Yeah.
This is April 5th. This is yesterday. This is FJ. And yeah.
Well, technically that says 5-4.
Well, in other parts of the world, they put the day first and then the month. It goes smallest to largest. You American fuck.
Sorry, just an ignorant American fuck.
It's okay.
Therapoetry.
Here we go.
I love that.
Well, you made this. Al made it special.
G-Baby, hire a tutor.
Help with my numbers? I don't know what that means.
The beat, I liked it. Better rap to it. Smoke free, but RIP the mic. See, I'm lighting it. Belly of the beast, yeah, I'm right in it. It's a C-section in reverse. I'll slice my way out of it. And see this pen I write with, I'm kinda nice with it. Well, I'm alright when I put my mind to it. Can't tell me sick to the script, brother, I'm reciting it. Cause I can Torah, Quran, the rack and Bible it. Matter of fact, kinda like Christ with it. Who's rising it? One finger in the sky with it. Gun fingers in the sky with it. Humdingers on the rhythm, I know you like the way I glide on it. Straight up, yeah, I'm eyeing in. Too hot, man, I'm striking it. Too flashy, yeah, lightning. From the jungle with the snakes, gorillas and tigers in it. Too stripey with it. They really wanna know if I'm black or white in it. Now I'm green, check the source that I'm flying in. Read this story a lot, there's 3 sides to it. They try angles, but I got my eye on them.
In God we trust.
You can't brock this Campbell's back, I put my life on it.
In God we trust.
But before that, best believe I'm tying it. I just wanna say, fuck a Zionist. Free Gaza, yeah, I'm vibes in it. Free Congo, fuck a tyrannist. Free Sudan and fuck the ones genocide in it. Definitely know what time it is. Ready to die with it. Freedom fighting for it. However you want it, I'm fine with it. All I need in this life is sin. Heart of gold, I don't need my pockets lined with it. High key, I don't give a fuck if they don't like my lyrics. Think you're big, but look what happened to the Titanic. Think I'm a draw for the race card, now I ain't swiping it. You might just have to swallow your pride with it. See, I can write a wifey rhythm like Tiny did it. I can pen a 6-7, I'm a giant with it. Take time with it, cause everyone's bright on the mic till I step up in the room and dim the lights with it.
Anything happening here at the end? All right, this is unmixed, recorded yesterday. Here's my thoughts. I think your presence is really strong on this. I mean, obviously, with it not being mixed, I think the mix could make it pop and shine a little bit more. As far as re-recording, maybe like I could definitely hear like the flow being a little less aggressive in a less forceful manner. But with the content that you're speaking about, I feel like people would probably embrace it more the way that you have it right now. I can go either way. Like there's sometimes where I'll record a track and I'm like, I'm too forceful on this and I'll dial it back a little bit. Other times I think people kind of prefer it that way. So, you know, if you want to record a different version that's, you know, less impactful, but still has that same presence and energy, it might, you know, be something to give you like an A and B test, you know, get some ears to listen to and see what people think. Otherwise, I'd say mix it and see how it pops and see how it shines. Give it a 7.
All right. Well, where I'm at is I like this a lot. I think, especially unmixed, this is fucking fire, man. I think it's actually perfect the way you delivered. I say, fuck that. Don't re-record. The aggressiveness in the tone is just aggressive enough to keep it interesting, but also like the beat is kind of low key. It's kind of like whatever, which is why maybe Dice is like, oh, maybe try pushing it back a little bit. I like the aggressive delivery over this beat. And I don't think you did too much on one way or the other. I would say that it did feel like for the mix, when you do get around to mixing it, I'd want to hear the dubs a little bit more. It felt like it sounded like maybe you had some, but I think they could be raised in the mix. If you don't have any and I'm just like imagining things, then definitely the dubs. Make sure to have those. Overall, I like the lyrics. I like the song as is, and it just needs a mix. So I'm going to give you an 8.5, and the only points taken off are the mix, which you'll get around to. It's going to be a 10 soon, brother. Keep going. Love that.
The glaze is crazy.
I like what I like. The shit was good. And yeah, man, we'll fucking keep it rocking. If you want to do another sub, we can hear another for sure.
Yeah. While you get that squared away, if you do want us to listen to another, next up is Devi.
Devi.
I don't know whether this is called Lips or Lipstick or whatever. Let's find out. And then we'll get to your, there you go. We'll get to your next one after this. Slow build up, Debbie.
What in the prom picture is this? What is going on right now?
I was asking for your love. You gave me a sample. You gave me a sample. I got many examples. Make it make sense. Make it make sense to me. I got a lot of love songs to make. Yeah, and shawty know she bad.
Look at that sound wave across the top.
We sippin' purple like it's juice. We sippin' syrup like it's juice. I make you feel good to be you. Wake up in the morning, never confused. Back it up, let me fuck you like I used to. Get it in the sheets in the morning. I cannot forget about your calls when I see you. I say about me. Sex on you, yeah, you got too much problems on you. I can't take you serious anymore. But let me take some stress off of you. Fuck it, let me take it off of you. Let me take them bands off of you. Let me take them shoes off too. Baby, where the fuck you
But you stay hot like my sauna. I got 250,000 on my neck, bitch. I'm keeping cool in the summer. Hey, look at what's from sidelines. Just shut it up, look at them come close. I got 100,000 in my back. I swear I'm better than tryna rest. Man, bad bitches on makeup. Motherfucker, bad bitch, we don't make up. Motherfucker, bad bitch, we don't make up. Motherfucker, bad bitch, we don't make up.
If you got a fucking problem with it, say so. I'm a fucking millionaire in the making. And you know my only one, that ain't no secret. Baby, I just need you to come fuck it on the weekend. Baby, I just need you to come suck it on the weekend. Turks and Caicos, yes we can. I just took another perk, baby, let me land. Let me land, baby, let me land. See the sky, baby, see the sky. Hop inside, Maserati ride. I can tell if you love me, you just see your eyes. Walk inside, baby, walk inside. You know, girl, I'm in the city, I'm out in my show. You see me, I'm talking to my hoes. If you see me in the sixes, I'm talking to my crow. And I always keep the blicky on me in my pole.
Blicky on me.
Yeah, anyways, a lot of my time, I can't even lie. I can't lie. We're back and forth for a minute now.
All right, that was Devi. Don't know the title of the song. Been a while since we've heard from Devi. Look, my beef with Devi remains, but I will give him props. I think that his structure of his songs has improved. Definitely the layering is a lot better than the last time we heard him. And I would say even on this, despite at the end where he says, I keep the blicky on me, topically he is a little bit more consistent than what we heard before. But my beef still remains with the vocals. Like you're hitting, like especially whenever you try to do high notes, you don't have the vocal range, or you didn't hit it on this song, so it just sounds super harsh and out of key. And just the oversaturation of auto-tune is abysmal for me to listen to this. Like I would rather hear you like have raw emotional vocals singing a song like this than hear it just like pitch modulated back and forth every millisecond trying to keep up with your lack of being in tune. That to me is just like, I get it. People like, oh yeah, that sounds dope. I want it to sound like that. I hate it. It just doesn't appeal to me. There's some instances where it works, but that stuff is usually reserved for people who are actually singing on key or in notes. Like it shouldn't sound like you're a robot the entirety of the song. That's my beef with this. I would probably like this song if you just remove the auto-tune from it. I could just let it go because it's a good song from you, but the auto-tune makes me hate it.
Yeah.
I'll be fair and I'll give you a 7, but subjectively I would give this a 4.
I couldn't agree more. The auto-tune gotta go. That's fucking just insane. The word overprocessed comes to mind. And the more I think about overprocessed vocals, it fucking nail on the fucking head. Like this is, if you didn't have the auto-tune on it, I think I'd like it more too. I think that like it was a tough listen because of the robotic computer trying to catch up with where you're ending up landing with your tone, right? It is frustrating. 4.5 minutes is just too long anyways, but B, for a fucking auto-tune, just so heavy, oh my fuck. If you insist on the auto-tune, if you have to have it, like I can't do a song without auto-tune, I literally don't know how to sing, so let's put in auto-tune and then maybe girls at my school will think I can sing sometimes because they're dumb and I tricked them. If that's the case, if you insist, then turn the vocals down. You gotta make it not just so auto-tune heavy where the beat is almost an afterthought. Unlistenable. But if you have to have auto-tune, turn the vocals down and then turn the second layer of them down further if you have to. Ideally, take the auto-tune off. This could be more of a weekend vibe, like like the Weeknd's kind of type song, but the auto-tune is a fucking hot air balloon that ran out of fuel and is crashing into a tree. So I'm at an objective 5. I would have given it a subjective 4.
Because they're dumb and I want to trick them is hilarious.
I mean, have you ever look, not saying hashtag all girls, but also have you ever in your early music makings did some interesting engineer tricks, like just slap some auto-tune on your vocals and you're like, pretty good, right? And then people are like, yeah, that's fire, bro. And it's like, well, you're 17. You don't know what the fuck fire is. You ever done that?
There was one song where I did the entire thing in auto-tune and just more as like a haha, let me see how this sounds. And then I just never did it again.
To your point, like auto-tune should be like, while you get Frostbite put up, or it looks like it's right there. To your point, auto-tune should be not a crutch, should not be the entire song. It can be a tool when used for good. Like T-Pain is a great example of somebody who can sing his fucking ass off in key, crushes it, and then they chose to put auto-tune on it just to have it sound a little different. And that's a conscious choice versus like, I'm just going to take whatever vocals I did, slap auto-tune on it because some of it's out of key. Let's have the computer do all the work. That's just a different thing altogether.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've watched Grammy nominated singers use auto-tune a smidgen, but this constant need of like, I'm just going to turn it on and you have no reason for turning it on. Like you're not even a singer. It always kind of baffles me.
The worst part, I get where Debbie was going to, not to spend all day on this one song, but the worst part is when rappers do it.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I mean. It's like,
yeah. Like,
you have
you
no intention of singing at all. You're just rapping, but you decide I want auto-tune on this. For why?
Thanks, Lil Wayne.
Thank you, Lil Wayne. Fucking
the worst period of Lil Wayne songs of all time, and now he's inspired a generation of
garbage. All right. Next up, FJ got a gifted sub here, so here is Frostbite pre-mix.
Thera poetry. Love that term.
They say the eyes never lie. Take a deep look in mine and tell me what you find. What if I told you that I never cry? No rivers, but just keep it a secret. And still waters run deep, but when I deep it, this is deeper than night. Heart's freezing, I just keep it inside. It gets darker and bleaker the deeper you dive. Just trying to keep it alive. Think I know the reason why. Call it frostbite. And I can't lie, you still cross my mind a lot of the time. With every year that goes by, man, these sorrowful lies. They realize it's way too late to make up for all the lost time. I can't lie, I see L, I seen L's, I seen hell when I see L when I'm dreaming in the deep of the night. So fuck sleep in my right, pen in my hand on my heart on my sleeve. Still remember that night we promised to get it right, then I lost my mind. Forever right place, wrong time. And if we could only speak for just one more time. Just one more time.
Hey, well, let's just speak later then. I guess you're busy, so...
Never mind, I know it sounds mad, but it's affecting my connection with the Most High. Still praying my 5 for more time. I just sigh, take time and just look up at the sky. Like why? Forget the wrist don't freeze, heart's on frostbite. What I mean is number I'm feeling inside. Would you believe me if I told you that I only smile cause the sun ain't genuine like the glaze in my eye? When I was living in Egypt, you really should have booked that flight. Swear that's the last time I shed a tear from my eye. I can't lie, south of France when I saw you, man, I just wanted to but I can't cry. Then I came to Dubai, but like my pops always told me, life is all about timing. It's easy to always complain, you were the bane of the life. I was still with her when I wrote, never say goodbye. Well, over a decade gone by, now my heart's on frostbite. Guess it's my loss, right? Now here I am, still searching for something I know I will not find. You might see me smiling, but you know my eyes never lie. You might see me smiling, but you know my eyes never lie.
Needs more auto-tune.
Definitely. Smidgen more. All right, that was FJ with Frostbite. I like this one. I feel like there were times when you were kind of either chasing or a little bit behind on the beat, but overall, I like the tone and the delivery of it. Again, unmixed, so I'm not gonna comment too much on that. I just think the only thing that that really stood out to me was just kind of either chasing or bit behind on the beat. I give this a 7.
Yeah, I clocked that too. There was like maybe 3 times in the whole thing that is like, oh, he didn't quite get there. At the same time, I thought the rhyme cadences, the writing, that was all really strong. And I think the delivery was really strong. So it was just kind of some issues with the flow. I do like the approach to this. Part of me was like, I wonder, if this guy can write a chorus, just because so far it's like, all right, you had that like break in between to have like the woman, American woman, by the way, give, the, oh yeah, call me later or whatever. Guess you're busy. And then you went back into a verse. I'm like, I wonder if this song would have been stronger with like a traditional structure of choruses in it. Yeah, sounds like there's another one that does have a chorus. So, I like it. I like the writing. I like the delivery. I think I'll give it a 7.5 where I'm at.
Word.
And we will find out some other time what a song with a chorus sounds like.
And then next time for more Therapoetry.
Therapoetry. By the way, that's a dope term. That is now in the lexicon. Smart.
Don't use fancy words. Calm down.
Nah. I can't believe
you should believe that. If there's one thing that's consistent about Bird, it's lack of memory.
I don't remember what I did yesterday, so it's nothing personal. I literally I just say a thing, my first reaction, and then I immediately brain dump everything that happened today.
which is crazy because you probably just went to sleep like 7 hours ago.
I did. Yeah, I think I was up till 1 and then I got up at 8 to fucking do the show. Taco Bell and Coors Lights, man.
All right. Next up is Monkey Made It. Big 30 Pooh Shiesty type beat called Off Top. Off with his head.
Yep.
Can you believe we used to just behead people and people would go and just watch?
I mean, have you gestures wildly around seen the way of the world? Yeah, I can believe it.
Let me ask that a different way. Can you believe? Never mind. You're right. Fuck it. That's where we are. Here's Off Top.
And by we, you mean not me and you. Society in the 1800s.
Early 1900s.
Would you rather lethal injection, death by hanging, or firing squad?
Injecting. Like
potentially, unless they fuck it up, then it's like way worse.
You missed my vein, you idiot.
Yeah,
I'm bleeding.
Something about this Pooh Shiesty type beat makes me think of How to Die.
think we got it.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot to say about this, but it's not like a negative thing. I think I kind of just circle back to It's a Beat again. 7, 6.5, 7, somewhere in between there. It's not a bad beat. It just doesn't do anything to like super like stand out to me. You did a decent job. You did a good job. Somewhere between a 6.5 and a 7.
I was kind of in the same place of like, yeah, this feels like a normal beat. Like somebody can easily take this tomorrow, rap over it. It's going to be fine. Like this is one of those where like when it pops up on a producer's page, you're not mad at it, but you probably don't go to download. For me, I think that, yeah, it did feel like, it's a beat. And I was wondering what could be improved or like what would make it like, oh shit, all right. And I think it's the kicks for me. Like personally, it just felt like it wasn't a bad kick, but it kind of felt like if there was like a deeper kick or maybe an 808 paired with that, it might hit a little harder and then change my mind about like, go from it's a beat to like, oh, okay, hit that. Somebody needs to rap over this now. So I'll give you a 7.5 just as like a, good beat.
I feel like some lower tone ambience or some strings would kind of add to that. If I had to say, what would make it better, like just something to kind of make it feel like there was more of a journey than just a quick trip. Just how I would put it. Like it feels like a quick trip to the store rather than a journey to a scene. But yeah. Good.
Are you eating a gas station hot dog or are you having a 5-course meal at the Italian restaurant? Which one do you want to be? Both are good and both have their place.
Why does Cheesecake Factory have 90 items on their menu?
Gordon Ramsay would have a field day. Menu too big, you fucking donkey. Word. One of my first business trips, my fucking boss at the time went to a Cheesecake Factory, ordered well done steak with ketchup.
I'm a huge fan of well done steak, but then when you said with ketchup, I'm out.
I mean, well done steak, I get it. You're like, oh, I don't want any blood. Well, it's not blood, you child. And also like, oh yeah, burn it to a crisp. I get it. I was a kid once too, and I thought well done was nice, but grow the fuck up. Grow up.
I mean, the reason I like well done meats is because undercooked, not slight undercooked, but like usually like if people like rare it, it kills my stomach. So that's typically why I do well done. But like, yeah, ketchup on beef, you're insane. Get the fuck out of here.
Insane. The waiter was like, wait, are you sure? Can you repeat that? And he's like, ketchup, please.
Like, you didn't mean A1 sauce or some sauce that you had in another restaurant. Maybe you thought it was ketchup. He's like, no, I'm specifically asking for mashed up tomatoes with sugar on it.
Yeah, that was that one, when you have like a work friend or a boss and you learn something new about them and you're like, oh, you're going to be that guy from now on, right? Yeah. Like that changed the dynamic forever.
That's one of those moment shifts. Like, oh, you're one of those people.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Next up, what up, JCC? Welcome to the show. I love how we just butcher phonetics all the time. Next up, Dez.
Phonetics.
Here's Dez with Preacher Man.
Eyes popping out from hanging would be crazy, guys.
Come and talk with me, come and walk with me. Tell me how I can be the man I'm supposed to be. Devil approaching me, don't get close to me. Get that pole on me, yeah, I'm totally out my mind to keep a dime. Even though I know I can't afford a bitch. Run up, I'll make you a lick, hit you for your shit. How that blick on the fold hit, can't tell me shit. I put the pussy on, home, came, fold. Gotta make the moves pursue. not being rude, pursuing my duty. Streets need me, family need me, but the devil sees me. As a weak and needy, got to fight through. I defeat the sight of likeliness and triflingness. I pipe will hit it next, you see me fighting with the righteousness. I'm titled in a smile, bitch, this wild shit is hieroglyphic. I'm a dinosaur, the way these motherfuckers look at my son. They act like they don't know you, like they do waiting on me to show you. Like I'm supposed to. Are you fucking stupid? I'm moving silence. You think I'm gonna be writing about the violence? I ain't none of that. We just smiling while you whining.
And I really promise. Big Carlito in a big tent. I put my shit in. Niggas really out to play like a bitch. Niggas talking about this shit so piddle. Bitch, you ain't got no shit. You know, stupid out my mind. Go to the bitch. Bitch, fuck you in your clique. Bitch, I'm going stupid out my mind. And bitch, you know I really get it up. I ain't worried about that. Had some niggas round the corner, we ain't lying. Bitch, I heard you in my section. Yeah, in my section, you get blessed. Talking to finesse. I ain't tripping, bitch, you know I'm the best. Yeah, I'm off the dome. I ain't really tripping. I ain't even holler. Big gon' leave me alone. Big gon' leave me alone. And she just wanna go home and eat that pill alone. Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right.
Who is the second guy, Des? Tell us that while Bird formulates his thoughts in a clearly concise manner.
Here's my first reaction, Des. I like this a lot with an asterisk, right? So the beat was fire. Beat was amazing. So cool. So great. I also liked the energy you brought to this. My issue with the song in its entirety is all the crazy effects and all the crazy mix choices you made. So the points where sometimes the vocals were too loud for the beat, sometimes they were too soft, sometimes you'd go in and out just for no reason. It's almost like you sent over your vocals to like somebody to mix it and they did everything wrong. Like they're just like, oh, nice, cool track, bro. Let me fuck it up for you real quick. And then just did like a high pass filter and just like an in and out, just a fucking man. I think less is more. This is one of those examples where I think less production or less engineering and less effects would be a way better overall listening experience, at least for me, because it felt crazy. I was like, am I crazy? I can't just enjoy the sounds. I can't just enjoy the rapping or enjoy the singing because so much other things are going on in the production of it. So, man, I would just dial back like all of the things, the auto tunes, the in and outs, the fucking, whoa. But I did like the song overall. It just felt like the mix was insanity. I'll give it a 7 with a shrug. Like I want to give it a 10, but like I'm at a 7 from the mix.
Des, I like your energy on this. And I think I heard this in the last track that you submitted. Like, I don't know whether y'all are mixing out the breaths or something in the compression, but it sounds like there's moments of just like dead pockets in your vocals where it just goes completely silent and then comes back in. So maybe like check that out. But definitely, yeah, when Carletto came in, like his vocals were overpowering yours as you were trying to finish up your verse, and that was super distracting. Like, yeah, it's just the mixes was really throwing me off, but I really liked your approach to this. I liked your verse a lot. I just kind of wasn't a real big fan of the second half of the track. I'm at a 6. Just I feel like the mix was just really killing my enjoyment of the song. However, I think you did what you needed to do. It's just the mix issues that were holding it back. All right. Shout out to Des, Preacher Man. Next up is R&B FOEMOB.
R&B Faux Mob.
Texas Open Verse Challenge.
Oh, that's you guys. 11.6 thousand subscribers. Shout out.
Drum lore.
Hey, bitch, I'm a Tex. Everybody ran that bitch, keep a weapon. Everybody ran that bitch, used to step. Stay out the way, cause this shit can get deadly. Hey, bitch, I'm a Tex. We throwing bows on a big body Chevy. Swinging the slip like the fenders were heavy. We pass shit on sight, better cut out your stand. Hey.
Where?
Whip. Fenders Tex.
Hold on.
We throwing bows on.
So it's just a verse, and then the open verse challenge is take this and then do something with it.
Well, that's weird. Well, yeah, I tried to get his other track, but the link to the other track was broken. So I thought this was his open verse, not him opening a verse for other people. I don't know what to do with this, so I'm not going to rate it.
Well, let me just simplify because I rate everything. Would you do an open verse on this? Like, would you be excited to do a verse on this?
No. And here's why.
But you're from Texas.
I'm from Florida. I just happen to be living in Texas. Here's why I wouldn't. The beat isn't something that I would just gravitate to. And as I've aged as an artist, I always have that decision point of like, A, is this a topic that I want to be, if I'm jumping on somebody else's stuff, is this a topic I want to be a part of? Is this a beat that I feel like I would even sound good on? And even if it was like Royce da 5'9" and Eminem and they're like, yo, jump on this third verse here, I would make that decision of, does this even work for me? Or am I going to sound like the odd man out? Am I going to sound like Bizarre on a D12 track?
A Bizarre on any track he's ever done. Yeah. It's like, why are you rapping? This is terrible.
I think it's a dope beat, and I think the hook is cool. But for me, like, I would have to be coerced into being like, oh yeah, this is the one that I want to be a part of. This doesn't jump out to me and be like, yo, this needs a Dice verse.
Fair enough. I feel like I've traditionally just said, I like this beat, I'll get on it. But it did take you, Dice, being like, your voice doesn't really work with this or that. I'm like, my voice doesn't just work with everything. I think this is one where it wouldn't really work with me either. Where it's like, it's kind of in its own thing and my style doesn't necessarily blend with it. Cool sound. If that's the person that like has 11,000 subs, I can see it. Kind of has like a deeper Pop Smoke voice. Cool rap voice. Probably not.
Even in our, where we're at in our musical journeys, like sometimes it's a trial and error. Sometimes I'll hear something and I'll be, I think this might work, and I'll get to the point of recording. I'm like, didn't really happen. So like, I'm not saying like you'll always know. It's just something that you got to be a little bit more honest with yourself from an artist perspective of like, does that really sound as good as you thought it would in your head? So
word.
All right, next up, Abdul. Shout out to Abdul, been hanging out on the YouTube chat. This is called
the fuck out.
Hold on, I got something for you, Abdul.
Gang. Don't shoot him.
Oh,
He's
my bad.
One of the good ones.
That better?
Been hanging out. So yeah, that we gotta emphasize. We gotta big up our boy. We don't want to do violence to the people that hang out in our stream with us.
Some of them I do want to do violence to.
Earmuffs, Gray Baby. Earmuffs.
Gray Baby, we've been doing this show for going on 3 years now, and for you to ask in all capital letters, you guys are live on YouTube, is insane to me.
She also was like, what song is this? It's like, it's the same song we play every time we do the review show ever since we made it.
Just because she asked, I'm going to change it up for the next show now.
Wow, I do love Humble.
Oh,
in my humble opinion.
Abdul, it probably shows up twice because the people who posted their tracks in the Discord, I tried to make sure that I loaded them in here. So that was probably me loading it in here, so I'll just clear that one out. But yeah, we got you.
Stop. Stop in the name of love.
Great baby, you stop. You stop acting like you're brand new around. You've literally been here since we started the
Day
Discord.
one.
Literally been here since Jacob joined. Like to the point we were all like, is that your sister, Jacob? Is that your girl? Who is this girl? You've literally been here since we started all this. There's no excuses for you to come on here in all capitals and show your ass like that. Stop it. You stop. And you stop so we can listen to Abdul. Here is Pope.
Ooh. Cool picture. Oh yeah. 10 out of 10 so far.
Different. Taking a minute, cause lately I'm feeling too different. Gifted. I am offended if you don't acknowledge my presence. Shifting. I am transcending the limits they trying to impose. Cause I'm reaching levels on levels on levels on levels, my nigga, you know. My only priority is me, myself, and the money, my nigga, and it's not a joke. As far as the business goes, I got it on lock, and you know I ain't talking about folk. Negative comments, they don't really hurt me, so maybe come back with a stick or a stone. I am not Jesus, but I'm heaven sent, so it's fitting for you to just call me the Pope. Ever since I started loving myself, I move with a different demeanor. Drinking my water and minding my business, the business been coming out cleaner. I don't got nobody, I got a place, so the honesty has become meaner. If you want the smoke, I do not have a problem, because for the heat, I'm a seeker. I used to drown on my pain with the liquor, but I overcame it and learned how to swim. Weight of the burdens I carry, I'm used to already because of the crown on my head. Life is a sandwich, instead of filling it with sorrow, I fill it with beauty instead. No matter which way you flip it, my nigga, the first thing you get to is always the bread. Nigga, I do not fight with my demons, we homies. They visit for dinner and they get to know me. Relinquish the power that they have at home. Nigga, I'm different, I don't got no time to be tripping off all of you bitches and niggas that talking that shit about me and ain't minding your business. Come to the flow, man, I switch it, I cannot control it, I swear that this shit is a sickness. Carefully making decisions, cause niggas be doing me wrong and then ask for forgiveness. My heart may need some eucalyptus, cause I check the temperature and it's below zero. Turn you to a tragedy, Othello, but I don't want drama, just need more De Niro. My only priority is me, myself, and the money, my nigga, and it's not a joke. As far as the business goes, I got it on lock, and you know I ain't talking about folk. Negative comments, they don't really hurt me, so maybe come back with a stick or a stone. I am not Jesus, but I'm heaven sent, so it's fitting for you to just call me the... My only priority is me, myself, and the money, my nigga, and it's not a joke. As far as the business goes, I got it on lock, and you know I ain't talking about folk. Negative comments, they don't really hurt me, so maybe come back with a stick or a stone. I am not Jesus, but I'm heaven sent, so it's fitting for you to just call me the P.O.P.E. I've been doing G.O.O.D. Even though the pressure all on me, I'ma be a gemstone. Cause right now I'm severely slept on over something I'm very adept on, nigga. I am not Jesus, but I'm heaven sent, so it's fitting for you to just call me the
All right, that was. Is it pronounced Abdul or Abdul? I want to make sure that I get it right, because that was fucking fire. Yeah, that was dope, man. You're super polished. Good mix on it. I like the wordplay. I like the cleverness aspects, and this is what we tell people all the time of like, you can make a fun track. It's the here and there lines that really kind of like stand out in the way that things are phrased, and like the different stylistic elements that you choose, like the way that you played on like, religion, and made it like interesting to listen to without being like, oh, I got to get super in depth on like religious topics. Like, it's cool. A.B. Duel. Okay, cool. I like this a lot. I want to hear more. Like in my brain, as I'm listening to this, I'm like, I'm doing the WCR thing where I'm like, oh man, who could he work with? That would be an interesting collaboration. But I was thinking, you know who I was thinking? It would especially probably sound good on this track, NK.
Yeah.
If that could ever happen. But yeah, man, I want to hear more stuff from you. Like, definitely would love you to be a contributing factor in our community. We just got done with the Battle of the Bangers, but we're going to spin up some other stuff here pretty soon. I give this a 9.5.
What's holding it back from a 10? Just want him to leave a little more.
I just want to leave some room for fictitious improvements that don't exist.
All right, you fucking hater. I know your scoring scale is just so whacked. Let's be honest. It's a fucking 10. This is great. It's fucking. It's whacked. It's fucking. Oh, I don't want to give him a perfect score. Nobody's perfect, Sonny. You know, like, okay, come on, man. Like, this is. You're gonna give some shit a 4, and like, if 4s exist, so do 10s. This is a 10. I get it. Okay, leave room for Jesus. Leave the 6-inch.
It's not leave room for Jesus. It's leave room for, like, I don't know what I don't know.
Look, all I know is we rate by the song. This
It's
song
a
in
9.5.
front of me is a fucking 10 in my book. 9.5 in Dice's book, 10 for me. And here's what it is. Like, I love the video right off the bat. I was like 10 out of 10 so far. The video was cool. How you like start in super close and then come out. I love that. And then the song itself, cool 808 driven beat, cool rap cadences throughout. Yeah, no notes. I just enjoyed this and I'm interested to hear more. So 10 for me.
Shout out AB Duel. Yeah, I think that's a sign of like good things when we don't have notes. Like, I don't have anything I want to say to you. I just like enjoyed the song.
Word. Yeah, and like Dice said, we've been doing a bunch of tournaments in the community. We just did a song versus song, artist versus artist weekly tournament. That was wild, super fun, and we got more shit coming up. So you know, if you want to throw your hat in with the best of the best, stay tuned. More tournaments coming.
All right, next up, Slices. Full album we're not going to listen to, but let's take a gander at Evil Is Here.
I love when people just drop an album link, because then we have to decide which one from the album gets played.
Yep, so we have The Reaper's Kiss, Midnight Grind, Blood Streets, Neon Shadows, God Is Not a Good Host. That one has potential. Old Man's Tale, Destructive Society, Kingdom of the Lost, Endless Nightmare, and Ashes of Our Love.
All right. I've got 2 that stood out to me immediately.
Okay.
Blood Streets. I was like, funny.
Okay.
And then second one was the God Is Not a Good Host.
Chat. Anybody have any opinions between Blood Street and God Is Not a Good Host?
That's just rude. That really cuts to your core. You know when somebody disses you and it's like more of just an honest reflection versus like just saying, oh, you're fat or whatever? Like, those cut the deepest when it's like, you're not a very good host, man. You don't have any Capri Suns.
Yeah, it's like one of those subtle things where it's not like directed at you, but it's definitely something that you had a huge contribution to. Like when somebody comes to your house and like, this food is just having no flavor in it, and you cook the whole fucking meal. You spent 3 hours cooking that meal. Like, this food just lacks flavor, and like, okay, not a personal attack, but I'm taking it personally.
Yeah, those ones are the worst.
I like a good deep cut.
You know, one of the best, I was actually talking about it last night. One of the things that I saw that ruined somebody's life was when one of my best friends turned to the girl I was dating at the time and said, your stories aren't really that interesting. It wrecked her. It just like later it's like, my stories really not interesting?
That's definitely a deep cut. That's one of those things where you kind of just like chuckle at it in the moment, and then like you're driving home and you're just looking out the window like, my stories aren't interesting.
Yeah, it's so simple, and that's what makes it so bad. It's like, it's coming from a place of just honesty, truth. For that person.
Man. Like every time she goes to tell a story now, she's got to second guess herself. Like, is this interesting enough, or am I setting myself up for somebody to just look at me like, you're a fucking moron? Please stop talking.
And you know what? Good. I think more people, before they start telling a story, should be like, is this interesting? Maybe have that filter in your head. Public service announcement.
I say it all the time, man. Bring back shame. Shout out shame.
Shout out shame.
All right,
the chat still hasn't answered for Blood Street or God is not a good host. What do you think, Dice?
I want to hear God is not a good host just based on the conversation we just had.
Let's do it.
I want to see why God is fucking up.
Let's hear how bad of a host he is.
Here's Slices. God is not a good host.
The fucking Slices.
VHS. Wow. Gotta be an older person.
Doesn't have to be. I like VHSs. Am I an older person? I'm an older person. Maybe it checks out. I didn't realize this is a beat tape. If he comes in after this time, then I'll freak out. But as a beat, this is pretty dope.
We've heard I kind of want to hear a little bit of let's
let's hear it. I kind of want to hear the whole album now.
Let's skip around just a little bit before we go. Yeah, I mean, despite our crazy intro banter, I think you got something here, man. Nice funk stuff. The only thing that I would say just from us skipping around is like the snare and the hi-hat pattern just sounds pretty much exactly the same on a handful of them. So maybe a little bit more variety with that, but I like your approach to things. I think you got some cool stuff here. If I had to rate what we skipped around on, I'd give it an 8.
Yeah, no, I like it. It reminds me of like 2003 3-6 Mafia. Like at least with the vocal samples in the background kind of going underneath the hard hitting bass. I like this a lot, actually. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 9 with like maybe a 10 if we sat down and actually listened to it.
Bird. Yeah. I mean, off the top of my head, it reminds me of some of Nara's beats, but I think he has like a deeper, darker, more sinister vibe to him. And yeah, probably if we sat down and really digested it, I could probably see things going higher. All right. Yep. Scotty, there you are. Got a few more ahead of you. First up, Yapper.
Yapper the Trapper.
VG Loinst. I don't know what that means, but we're getting 4 minutes of it. Let's take it or leave it.
Get it, Yapper.
Okay. That was Yapper. I like this aside from the little high beat boops that came in at that one point. Those I felt were the most questionable choice out of everything. But other than that, I think this is a cool beat. It does sound like a little 2010-ish, like in that era of the previous decade, but I don't think it's like so it doesn't give me like a dated feel. It just sounds like music that I heard in that era. Like I could certainly see somebody like P Cash or, you know, some sort of person who kind of does a lot more melodic stuff jumping on this. I'll give it a 7.
Yeah, like I was thinking the same thing with those electro stabs for the chorus. Like it felt like an Akon, you know, from 2008.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was probably the part that I had an issue with as well. I loved all the percussion. And especially at the end when the drum pattern switched up, I was like, oh, this is fresh. This is dope. A good switch up. Yeah, I give it a 7 as well. I'm not all the way high just from some of the mains.
Word. Next up, Nara, Love Ya.
Love to love you, baby. Oh my God. I'm already looking at tones of Roshar.
It's your boy, Habakkuk.
Ain't this funky?
What'd you think of Love Ya by Nara?
I'll be honest. I loved it. In a way. I would just say that like every single sound choice, every single instrument, all of the progression, love. The parts where I wanted it to be a little different were the 808s. I thought the drums and the 808s could have hit harder. That's really kind of it. It felt like the drums and the 808s, if those were banging, that would have been just 10 out of 10 instantly all day. Just kind of in the mix though, it felt like the drums were a little softer than I wanted, and maybe the instrument samples that you had felt a little like not as present as maybe a fully produced professional, you know, live sound would have been. So for that reason, I'd give it, let's call it a 8.5, maybe an 8.8. Really good beat, just with some minor tweaks.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely was gonna say I wanted more boom from the bangs. I wanted deeper drums, harder 808s, and a stronger kick. But I like the sample choice. I like the arrangement. Yeah, just I wanted more boom in my pack. I give this an 8. I would love to hear this with the adjustments that we suggested, although that doesn't always happen. But hopefully Nara checks this out and he comes through. Sometimes he does. I think a couple of times he's tagged us in the lounge when he's touched up some things. So Nara, if you're listening to this, let us know how this one turns out. Next up, wait, we heard that one. Oh, wait, no, that's different. We got a lot of dick tracks tonight. What's up with that?
What's up with the dick tracks, chat? What's up?
What's up with that?
Can you feel my love? Could also be a dick track. Can you
true.
feel it yet? She says, is it in?
I was going to ask a very bold question of myself, but I probably should not.
Do I have enough dick?
Well, actually, it was going to be a bold question to G Baby. Has she ever had to yell that out to somebody? Like,
is it in yet?
all right.
That's
Anyway,
that's like, I feel like that's like on purpose. That's like you're trying to hurt somebody's feelings, right?
you're like, hey, it's time for you to go. Is it in yet?
Who was the who was it that was like admitting that Chad Ochocinco? I think Ochocinco said that, and Stephen A. Smith was like, "You sure you want to be saying that, man?" Like,
he's like, "Oh no, I didn't have enough meat."
Funny.
G Baby says once. We're gonna leave that. I'm just gonna leave that out there. Here is Scotty. Shout out to Scotty for hanging out with us. Gunshot.
Shout out Scotty.
Although Bird says I shouldn't shoot at people, so here's some flowers.
Skitsty.
Can You Feel My Love? Produced by Kai G Beats.
Scotty. Yeah. What you think about me? Can we find some peace? Find me underneath. Your love cuts me deep. I confide, you leave. Trying to chase my dreams. Why don't you believe? Why don't you believe? Can you feel my love? Can you feel my touch? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel my love? Can you feel my touch? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? When it's cold, I'm frozen. Let me go, heart's broken. Shawty say I'm chosen. Left the door wide open, redeeming her like a token. It's all left unspoken. Gotta keep my focus, gotta keep mine. But it's the same over and over. Over and out, gotta stay sober. Scorpio cold like October. Crashing out, drifting in the Rover. Come and find me. My heart's bleeding, my heart's beating. I'm still waiting. Would you leave me? Would you love me? Could you love me? Could you? Can you feel my love? Can you feel my touch? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel my love? Can you feel my touch? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel my love? Can you feel my touch? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel my love? Can you feel my touch? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Step by step we walk, Michael Jack moonwalk. Shawty, can we talk? Left me lost and broke, still stuck with these thoughts. Met me in the dark, when will the night fall? In the stars we fall. But it's the same over and over. Over and out, gotta stay sober. Scorpio cold like October. Crashing out, drifting in the Rover. You're my number one, you're my only one. You're the star in my dreams, you're my only love. But tell me, can you feel my love? Can you feel my touch? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel my love? Can you feel my touch? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel my love? Can you feel my touch? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel my love? Can you feel my touch? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel my love? Can you feel my touch? Can you feel my love? Can you feel my touch?
All right, that was Scotty with Can You Feel My Love? First off, shout out to you for not just turning on auto tune and cranking it up. I like how this sounds overall. Two things that I would just wanted to like point out. I think it's a good track. I would have liked to hear more layers on the hook. The hook felt a little bit lonely. The one part where you go high, can you feel my love? It sounds like a little bit of a stretch, but I think after hearing it a few times, it worked because it gives it more personality. I just think that with more layers on it, it would smooth all that out and just make the hook really feel like a hook. The other thing that I was going to point out is more of like a personal preference, but I just have.
But it's the same over and over, the same over and over. Over and out, gotta stay sober. Scorpio cold like October. Crashing out, drifting in the Rover. come and find me. My heart's bleeding, my heart's beating. I'm still waiting.
Like this section right here, and maybe it's just me, and Bird will keep me honest, but like this section of rhyming everything with and then you go into an ing. Like I start to think to myself, like any of the like big popular mainstream artists, are they clearly enunciating every single word like this in their songs? Like, is it over or is it over? Is it ing or is it in? Like, I struggle with that because I'm not, maybe it's because I'm raised in a poor environment. Like, if I'm singing a song, I'm not clearly enunciating words as they're spelled in the dictionary. I'm kind of like half stepping it. I'm using more slang terminology. And I struggle with this thing where I'm hearing songs where things are like properly pronounced all the way through, because it feels less authentic to me. And it makes me not necessarily gravitate to singing along, and it's more so like, why is it pronounced like that? And maybe that's just an internal struggle, but like I as I was listening, I'm like thinking like, is there any famous song or famous artist where they're pronouncing something so clearly that I enjoy? And I can't really think of something. I'm gonna go back today and kind of do some homework and see like, is there a song of this nature where it's like well sung and like everything is properly pronounced? I don't know that. It's just a question that I had in my head, but that aspect of this entire song stood out to me, of like the proper pronunciation. And I'm like, I don't like that, but that's just a personal preference. I still think it's a dope song, other than just wanting more layers on the hook. I still give this an 8. It's just something that kind of like stood out to me. Like if I could like resonate with it more, I'd probably give it a 9.
Yeah. I struggle with that too. I don't know how much is personal preference and how much is just like, you know, people say things different. Some people say Washington, and I'm like, are you fucking out of your gourd? There's no R in Washington. Get the fuck wash your ass. Get the fuck out of here. That's just wrong. Now, as far as putting, you know, hard R's on the end of October and sober,
and over and rover,
I get it. As somebody who, you know, says over and not ova, I think I've made the transition through getting roasted by Dice into making it more of a ova situation in my music. But also that's not naturally how I speak. So
right, yeah, and that's why I struggle with it, because of like, okay, in my day-to-day life, I'm not always saying over. You know, if I'm at work, I'm saying over, but when I'm listening to a song, do I really want to say over October? Like, I don't know.
I think there's a way to do it, and there's a way not to do it, where it just
there's a fine line. Yeah, it's a minutia.
Fine line. Anyway, if we went down that rabbit hole. As far as this song, I think it's pretty good. I think for me, I liked the vibe of the song. I liked the energy. I wanted a little bit more on the delivery. Like it just kind of, it wasn't as much what you were saying and just more how. It kind of felt like the same performance throughout it, of you kind of just not using a lot of excitement and up and downs, more just kind of like, here is how I'm talking and I'm gonna keep doing this the whole time. You know, it's just like, that's how it felt to me.
Yeah.
And the part that you pointed out when you played it again, I was like, yeah, I did fucking hate Cold Like October. Just as I cannot get past Cold Like October. Sure. Rich like Bruce Wayne. Get the fuck out of here, Rogue.
Ours.
All right. I'll give it a 7 with like not a mad 7. I'm not mad at this. Just decent.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say out of what we heard tonight, this is top 10.
Yeah.
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 I think we like it.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us, Lucas, aka Scotty.
Next up, Habakkuk, Tones of Roshar. Hey guys, thank you for reviewing my song. Odium is a character name from the book series this is based on. Bird, are you familiar with the series Tones of Roshar?
No, you fucking nerd. I know you are. It's like, ooh, anime, ooh, graphic novels, ooh, my little tweezer dick is just peeking through.
Never heard of this in my life. I'm not as much as I love anime, if somebody's like, oh, you got to read the manga, I'm like, count me out.
Wait, hold on. Is manga/manga, is that like porn anime?
No, it's just the comic book. It's like they're basically comic book. Like all the shows start out as comic books and then they transition them to animated series. But like usually the comics are further along because they've been doing them for years before they make it into an animation. They get like a budget behind it. But like whenever like I run out of visual on TV to watch and they're like, oh, you can find out what happens by reading the manga, I'm like, guess I'm never gonna know.
Yeah, guess I'll never know. Yeah, I'm the same way. It's like Game of Thrones, great show until the end, but no spoilers. And then people are like, well, if you really like care that much, if you hated the ending that much, just read the books and then make up your own ending. I was like, no, never ever.
Yeah.
I already saw what happened.
The one time that I did was when I was watching Bleach, and it was only because I was unemployed. And I'm like, I have nothing better to do. I couldn't find any more episodes on YouTube that were in Japanese with subtitles. And I'm like, fuck it. I'll read a couple of comics and get my fill. And then I was like, I don't enjoy this. I'm never doing this again. That was about 15 years ago. I've never done it since.
Shout out unemployment life.
Hell yeah. All right. Here is Habakkuk, Tones of Roshar.
There's poetry in my bones. I got buried Poe in my marrow catacombs. I'm predisposed to speak just like I breathe and eat and will someday decompose. I lead and teach rows of kids to lift paper and pens. My strengths try to model those. Lovable son to a father and mom. I've been a good boy since I could touch my toes. But often I feel the pride shouldn't be real. Like I'm a mannequin forced into a victim.
Did he just say I've been a good boy since I could touch my toes? Like, what does that imply? Like, I'm a good boy. Just bending. Wait, what?
Yes, that is what I heard as well.
Dispose could be stainless steel, but I act like rust. Corroding that trust, leaving the lie exposed. Is brightness obnoxious if pride is toxic? Even Rhodes Colossus crumbled to stone. Any chance for their honest praise, I've robbed it, cause I keep it in a glass box, tinted rose. Only if you know my honor are you fit to judge my odium. Thirsting for your justice, it's not held behind that podium. Attuned to condemnation and your notes betray intention. If you sang a true tone, it'd be the one of self-correction. Keep me down on the ground, proceed to beat me now. My shots compete with sounds. Whispering in my head that'll never be completely proud. Separate bruises I discreetly pound. Hold the levers I'd pull to twist my words. If I'd only ever hear me out, that's justice served. Attention sweeter than revenge, I found my just dessert. Cause only if you know my honor are you fit to judge my odium. Thirsting for your justice, it's not held behind that podium. Attuned to condemnation and your notes betray intention. If you sang a purer tone, it'd be the one of self-reflection. Kept on down, all my accomplishments are slept on out by my cell phone doubt. Speaking ideals, just spinning my wheels as a perfectionist with too many burdens to feel. Hurdles getting caught on my heels, almost clear. Higher standards in my brain coming commandeer. Disappointing myself is a common fear, projecting that onto who I love most dear. Worried of relapse, but trying to relax, believing every loss is something to see past. Kept on correcting on further reflection. Correction purifies into self-redemption. Tied like hemp, I design my own chains and I swallow the key. A hypocrite tame. A hypocrite is frequently worthy of blame, but today is a man in the midst of change. Only if you know my honor are you fit to judge my odium. Thirsting for your justice, it's not held behind that podium. Attuned to condemnation and your notes betray intention. If you sang the purest tone, it'd be the one of self-redemption. Only if you know my honor are you fit to judge my odium. Thirsting for your justice, it's not held behind that podium. Attuned to condemnation and your notes betray intention. If you sang the purest tone, it'd be the one of self-redemption. Rhythms of war, the way of kings. Rhythms of war, always in store. Rhythms of war,
that outro.
Let it rock.
Right, that was Habakkuk with Tones of Roshar.
Do you want me to go first? Do you want to go first?
Who do you want to go first?
I want me to go first. So here's the deal, Habakkuk. It's tough because, like, I feel like I see where you're going with this, and it wasn't executed the way I wanted, right? I think that right off the bat, I was like, oh, it sounded like you came in at kind of a weird spot in the beat. It like just kind of like it was like 2 lines in, and then you came in and you're like, oh, that's a strange choice to come in there. Like song structure, I don't know. Specifically, I'll give you props where props are due. I liked the beat. It was a little like kind of different, and I liked the verses you had here. I think the delivery could be improved. You know, obviously it's just a journey. You're kind of working through it. The one line that I made Dice pause for is like, I don't understand some of the lyrics. And, you know, it's kind of fun to joke about. But like, I think for the most part, you did what you wanted to do on the verses, just needs to be a little more confident in the delivery, a little bit more polished, if you will. The chorus, absolutely just not there. Just absolutely. The piano was clashing with your singing voice. Like the singing was off. It was probably the hardest part of the whole listen is each time the chorus came in, and then you had it doubled. So it kind of lasted even longer. And at the end, cut out all that shit, cut out the fucking soft singing outro. It's way too long anyways. So if I was to give any suggestions, I'd say you've got a good start with the verses. I'd love to hear you kind of more confidently deliver those. And again, that just comes with time. The chorus, I think you should rethink it altogether. I don't think the singing is there. But I do like where you were going with it. So I'd give you a happy 4, like a 4. I'm not mad at the song. I think there's a lot to be improved, but it's a decent start if you was more polished.
I had questions around the beat because I feel like the snare and the piano were just overpowering you, especially in the beginning. I felt like the snare kind of washed you away. Yeah, I agree about the chorus. The chorus just wasn't working for me. I understand your dilemma of I have a short little repeatable phrase that I want to progress the song. However, I can't necessarily sing and it doesn't sound as good rapped, but maybe there's a different way you can approach it that it doesn't feel as it kind of sounds gimmicky the way that it's sung because of the way that you're raising and lowering the pitch in your voice. And like Bird said, when it's repeated a lot, it just becomes a harder listen. But I agree as far as the verses, content over my head or content that's not resonating with me, but it didn't really grasp me. And, the easiest way to overcome that is more confidence in your delivery, more presence. I'm not going to go on a diatribe about things you could do mix wise to make it stand out. I think starting first and foremost is just getting a level of comfort in your delivery that, we say it all the time about even other styles of songs. Like, if you don't believe you, why should I believe you? And I think that same thing applies here. Is like, if you're not super confident and impactful in how you deliver this, like, I'm less likely to resonate with it or really pick up on the nuances of some of the things that you're saying. So that's kind of where I was lost, but I think you can make improvements. Is just better delivery. And like Bird said, it just comes with time and experience. So, keep pushing, keep progressing. I would give it I'm at a 4 too. All right. Next up, Bagud. Insert dick joke.
2 minutes and 5 seconds of a dick joke. Let's go.
Ain't that right, G baby? Oh wait, this was the one we heard. I thought so. I'm like, it can't be 2 random dick tracks in the night.
Oh, right. Hey, is it?
Yeah, this is that one with the loud. Don't tell me you forgot. Come on. Yeah, I mean, it's just loud, but it worked. Yeah, we heard that one.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, 3 left. Oh wait, we heard this one too. 2 left. You Good by Little Hershey. You good, Bird?
I'm good, Dice. You good, Dice?
I'm good, Bird. You good, G baby?
I'm good, Dice.
Uh-oh. I got an Apple Music link. All right. What did we do last?
Puke. I just found her on Spotify.
All right,
it's on Apple Good. Yeah. On Apple Music. It should be on Spotify.
Lil Hershey. You Good. Here we go.
Shout out to my girl. Yeah.
Man, oh man, fuck a bitch. You ain't shit, fuck a blog, post your shit. Man, oh man, I'm lit, I'm the shit. Check out my fits, cause my closet throwing up, bitch. Yeah, cause my closet throwing up, bitch. Yeah, check out my fucking fits. Shout out to my girl, yeah. Check on my friends, they check on me. Check on my mans, he gave me weed just for the free. Go to the stew and pay a fee. I'll pop a nigga like an interlude. I just get paid for the interludes. Really making money off the raps. A couple cents here and there. I'ma cash out like a cash cow. When I'm ballin', niggas never picked me for the sport. So Hershey, you the worst, you the worst. Was always the last one, so I must resort to be funny. If it was told I'd be like Kevin Hart without Kevin's heart. Kids on drugs, kids on drugs. We just load our slugs into one another. Undercover brother, words bounce off like the bomb that just hit Ukraine. Now I'm sitting in class bouncing off the wall insane. And you know I'm bad, you know I'm bad. I had my desk by the teacher, but no teacher's pet, no teacher's pet. A couple of these teachers could get filled with lead. Check on me, check on my sanity. Now I sit back and roll my tree, wishing this life came with peace. Check on me, you good, you good. Check on your friends, they show us good, they show us good. Check your fam, they all hood, they all hood. We all float up here on the rainy day. Shed your tears, shed your tears. I hope you listen to me. I
hope you get everything. I hope thoughts of a wedding ring. I hope it's you and me, baby. You my peanut to my jelly, you my seasoning to the patty. You my everything. The way you support me makes me feel like we can do anything. I believe I'ma take off with this. Bring my niggas and my fams, only ones by me. If you ain't know, this the Hershey flow, coming back with some motherfucking writtens. I haven't spittin', talk to Pastor Gittins. Hope the Lord can forgive me for my sins. I hope my daughters can never say I was absent. A father wants to see his girls win a pageant. Maybe shipped off the war, so I throw my enemies a fragment. I'm hopping through all these obstacles like a basket. Oh, I'm passing. Man, oh man.
You're hopping through these obstacles like a basket?
You want to hear that again?
Yeah. Yeah. How are you hopping through obstacles like a basket?
Man, oh man. Oh man, fuck a bed. Obstacles like a pageant. Maybe shipped off the war, so I throw my enemies a fragment. I'm hopping through all these obstacles like a basket. Oh, I'm passing.
That's what he said.
Man, oh man. Oh man, fuck a bitch. You ain't shit. Fuck a blog. Post your shit. Man, oh man, I'm lit.
We can stop this, right?
Check out my fits, cause my closet.
Like, we don't have to hear him ramble about nothing the whole time.
I'm gonna let Bird stew in his anger for a little bit more and give my feedback first. In contrast to the last song that we heard from Habakkuk, this is what I would say works as far as presence. Like, he sounds confident in what he's saying. However, there is a complete and utter lack of song structure in, like, I don't think I heard some semblance of a hook until you were 2 minutes into this 4-minute song. And it just lacks a lot of, like, what am I listening to was the ever-present thought more so than like enjoying what I was listening to. Even though you sound super confident, it's super laid back, it's super chill, it's a vibe. It's just like, it's a struggle to really understand the context of what I'm listening to. And the story doesn't necessarily piece together in a way that is making me happy. Like, yeah, I don't know that I necessarily agree that there's some teachers that need lead in them. Sure, there's, you know, some teachers who are dicks. Maybe they deserve not to be teachers, but I don't think I should condone shooting teachers at any point. That's crazy. You have an interesting style. I would just say that this song lacks direction. You just seem to just meander across it and just say whatever at times. Like when Bird pointed out, how do you hop like a basket? I mean, I guess basketball. I don't know. Hop out. I don't know.
Hop over the obstacles like
hop
a
over
basket.
Hop over the.
You know how baskets are always hopping over obstacles, famously.
I'll just give my rating and let Bird take over. It's a 5.5. 5.5. That's best I can do.
See that stress? See that stress up there? The reason is you have the voice, you have the confidence, you have the delivery. Like,
just nonsense.
As you're just saying nonsense. Here's what happens. It's a 4-minute, 37-second freestyle. There was a section that he copied, or I think he just copied it.
Yeah, there's some semblance of a hook, but it didn't hit until 2 minutes into the song.
Not only did it not hit until then, it's also just random nonsense. So you just copied the same random nonsense and said, ooh, I like that section of nonsense. Let's do that again. Also, the fucking part, like something about enemies throwing a frag, and then you're like, grenade. Yeah, it's like, so a frag grenade, sure. But like you had like an extra syllable you had to hit. So I don't know if you said fragment or if you said frag and just kind of made a noise to kind of make the rhyme scheme work. But clearly you went in later and said, yeah, that was fire. Grenade, because you did an overdub there. What if you just fucking didn't say nonsense? Have you thought about writing ever? This is one of those where it's like, spent 10 minutes on this. Yeah, I can tell. I think you spent fucking 2 minutes. I think you did one chain of, fucking stream of consciousness freestyle, and you were in the studio, which apparently, according to your own lyrics, you paid for. You paid for studio time to say the dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard in my life off the top of your head. For what? For what reason? Hate. Hopping over obstacles like a basket. The fuck? 3. Based on personality and delivery alone, 3. But what you say matters almost as much, if not more, than what you say. I liked the beat. I liked your style. Dear God, write your music.
Dear God, how do I hop over obstacles like a basket?
I mean, there was like another minute and a half of things that you said, and I am kind of curious, like, what other dumb lines we could pick apart, but honestly, it just got to be so brain rotting, like I couldn't listen to any of the words anymore.
There was
hopefully Cognito official can bring up the mood.
Yeah, there's really parts of it where I'm like, am I the stupid one here? And then I'll look over at Bird and I saw he was struggling too. I'm like, okay, it's not just me. It sounds cool, but it doesn't sound cool.
And I think that's what's such a struggle, because like there's so many people that we listen to week in and week out that just don't have the same personality or charisma. Like your charisma is popping out of the track to the point where I bet you have people in your life who are like, oh, that song's fire. Like it works for some people that maybe don't listen to music. I don't know.
Yeah. Cognito, can you do me a favor? Because this link isn't opening. Hold on. Let me see. I think I had this issue last time trying to figure out what I had to do to get it to work. Oh, wait, I got it.
Oh, weren't we supposed to? Fucking Rogue was going to give us his Tinder profile to look at. Did he give that to you and Ray?
Nope.
Okay. We got to remind him for Wednesday then. Because, yeah, as fun as reviewing, drunken freestyles is, I'd love some other stuff to review, Bumble profiles, grannies in cages.
What about G Baby's homework?
Could do that. Not as fun, but could.
All right. Here is the last song. No Getting Through to You. Unreleased, still need to mix and master it. But let's take a listen.
Zika.
I don't know why you think I'd lie to you. Every time I think like that, it puts me in the baddest mood. I do everything I can do for you. So I don't know why you think that I would ever break the rules. I've been racking on my brain, trying to ease the pain. Girl,
the official
never listen
Cognito.
to the words I gotta say. So I can't stop thinking about what I should do. Cause no matter what I do, there really isn't any getting through. So I step out the room to avoid the heat. I didn't want to cause a scene. I didn't do shit, you're accusing me, and I don't know what the fuck you mean. So do you want to talk and resolve, cause I can't agree, and I'm telling you I'm about to leave. So can we get done with this, cause there ain't nothing going on, it's all make-believe. It's all make-believe, baby, can you listen to me? And we're only going round in circles. We can talk about this till we're blue in the face, but now we're really just turning purple. So please drop the weapon and just keep it moving, we ain't really got nothing to prove. Is it really worth making something out of nothing, cause you know we got a lot to lose? I don't know why you think I'd lie to you. Every time I think like that, it puts me in the baddest mood. I do everything I can do for you. So I don't know why you think that I would ever break the rules. I've been racking on my brain, trying to ease the pain. Girl, you never listen to the words I gotta say. So I can't stop thinking about what I should do. Cause no matter what I do, there really isn't any getting through to you. I've been trying to get it through to you. I've been trying to get it through to you. I've been trying to get it through to you. I've been trying to get it through to you. Cause you know I've been trying, and nobody lying. I put my trust in you, you want the truth. I told you there's nothing you're finding. So there's no point in crying, like there's no point in hiding. I give my word to you to tell the truth, and no, there's no ducking and diving. So what I gave the word to always tell the truth. Here's my phone, go and find the proof. Look through, go and make your move. Step back, think about the time I spend with you. Empire from a rented room. Old clothes, old shoes, old phone, what's new from hey, how are you two taking our beautiful children to school? It's a wild one here and the world's unfair. We got these plans but it's still fair. Tell you the truth but you still don't care. Never done you wrong, what is unclear? So let me ask you please, can you let me breathe? We can talk, don't shed tears. And when we're caught in a fire and it's down to the wire, girl, you know I'm the one there. I don't know why you think I'd lie to you. Every time I think like that, it puts me in the baddest mood. I do everything I can do for you. So I don't know why you think that I would ever break the rules. I've been racking on my brain, trying to ease the pain. Girl, you never listen to the words I gotta say. So I can't stop thinking about what I should do. Cause no matter what I do, there really isn't any getting through to you.
Right. That was Cognito Official. Just a reminder, he said still got to mix and master, and he wants to do some extra backing vocals. But you know what? Where it's at right now, still fucking fire. I love that track. I think the hook is dope. I think the verses are well written and well executed. Probably the only like lag in tempo was that middle section where it was going from the hook back into the next verse. But you know, if you're adding extra vocals and you're finishing up the mix, I feel confident that you're headed in the right direction. This is dope, man. Really solid track. I like your presence, your delivery, your style. Great voice. I would give this a 9, and the only reason I wouldn't give it a 9.5 is because I gave AB Duel a 9.5, but I think this is the second best song of the night.
I was just gonna say, I think between this and AB Duel, the best songs of the night for sure. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think the cadences throughout, like the flow was fucking great. The rhymes all made sense. That's a positive for once. There was a theme and a coherent sentence, so that was great. Yeah, I mean the confidence, clearly there's a lot of polish there, and you have a good singing voice. For me, I'm just gonna go ahead and give this a 10 as well, with the understanding, the asterisk of like, yeah, there's some mixing, some mastering, some improvements you're gonna do for that. That's fine. And you can do that and it's going to be a better song. But just where I'm at, I like the song even without all of that. Super fire. And imagine a UK artist that didn't have to do drill. Crazy.
Insane.
Imagine that.
What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like no grime, no drill. Huh. That's strange. You could just write a good song and just have it be good. Yeah. Where is the oi? Oi, bruv.
Oi. Oh man. Yeah. We appreciate the fact that you endured and hung out there. And I personally want to thank you for closing out the show on a high note.
Yeah. And I personally want to not thank you, but to honor you with a single teary-eyed salute.
Gang, 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 gang.
For not doing drill.
Yeah, I mean, would love to hear some more stuff from you, man. Join our Discord, hang out with us in the lounge, share some more music. We do this, we'll be doing this Sundays now, and Wednesdays is where we do our subscribers. But yeah, definitely looking forward to hearing more from you. And I'm sure some folks in the community would echo that. G baby, you asked me and Bird what we thought about it. What'd you think about it? Don't leave Cognito hanging. Let them know. In the meantime, that was our show. Shout out to everybody who submitted some stuff. Thank you, everybody. Through the good and the bad, we made it through. We'll be back same time, same place next week. Like I said, join the Discord, tune in. Got some more competitions coming up soon. I think that's it.
I see Rogue Jepson in the chat, Mr. I was going to submit my Bumble profile and didn't. The fuck is that, man? You know, gets so monotonous sometimes just reviewing music. Would love to see your British little face and how you intend to attract members of the opposite sex. If you want an honest review, it's what we're here for.
You biatch. All right, we're going to get out of here. Catch y'all on the flip side. Have a good rest of your Sunday. See ya. Yeah, drop it for Wednesday. We'll check it out.
Word.